No, it was called feeding the ducks. Well, it is. That's what we're doing right now. We're feeding ducks. Come here, duckies. Eat it. Eat it. Chew it. Swallow it. Don't bite my finger. Ooh, be nice. Ooh, close one. Feeding the ducks. You like that, ducky? Take it. Take it, duck. You like that, duck? We're best friends, duck. You want more? Don't be greedy. Feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. You're feeding the ducks. Who? Me? Feed the ducks?
I'll call this Bang Bang.
Listen.
Seriously?
Oh, here we go.
Bang, bang.
Fucking McDonough. Fucking McDonough.
Bang, bang.
Fucking McDonough. Fucking McDonough.
Get fucked. Okay.
Bang, bang.
Fucking McDonough. Fucking McDonough.
Bang, bang.
Fucking McDonough. Fucking McDonough. Listen, he's not my guy.
Bang, bang.
Fucking McDonough. Fucking McDonough.
Bang, bang.
But the thing is this, I'm a YouTube content creator. Trust me.
Fuck you piece of shit. Fuck you piece of shit.
Okay? Let me get these cash apps because these are important.
Fuck you piece of shit.
Okay?
Fuck you piece of shit.
Okay? Crazy Sean is history.
My name's Aidan Kearney.
Known online as
Turtleboy and is a senior editor for
TBDailyNews.com.
They call me
Dr. Turtleboy.
It's my preferred pronoun. Daddy.
What's up, Daddy?
Journalism Jesus. A. Timothy Kearney.
The one and only Turtleboy.
Turtleboy.
What's up, Slick?
The doctor is here.
This guy's a bad motherfucker.
That's quite the intro.
I've broken a lot of major stories. I've been doing it for about 11 years. I used to be a high school teacher.
Turtleboy has changed a lot over the years. I was once a blogger, but now I'm much more accurately known as an award-winning journalist, a satirist, and an activist.
Boom.
They're screaming your name here.
You're the crowd daddy.
Crazy. People either love me or hate me.
Listen, Turtle, all right?
But either way, they're watching.
Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
Stop it. I'm never gonna stop. This fight's just getting started. Now let's get this party started.
Yo, what's up, people? How's everyone out there doing tonight? Good? Good? Excellent. Oh, that's going to annoy me. Hold on. Maybe if I turn this up. Does that help? Does disappear it? Oh, that helps, actually. It does it. All right. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new here, welcome aboard. My name is Aidan Kearney, not Kearney or Kearney. Kearney, Aidan Kearney. You can call me a variety of nicknames if you'd like, ranging from, but not limited to, A. Timothy Kearney. It's my true crime name. You can call me Journalism Jesus if you're spiritual. You can call me Turtleboy, Uncle Turtleboy. I prefer Dr. Turtleboy because if Judd Welcher gets to be a doctor, then I get to be a doctor too. Okay, and respect my pronouns, please. You can call me Daddy if you'd like. For some people, that might be weird. For others, it might be playful, flirtatious. and just kind of fun, or Fridge Daddy is an acceptable derivative of that. Also acceptable. Crowd Daddy. That's what Alan Jackson calls me. But I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. sharp. And make sure you smash that subscribe button. Upside down daddy that's a new one. That's like, I don't know. Maybe. It's a lot of words. But I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night and smash that subscribe button for me. Okay. And, also, what else? Subscribe, follow me on Twitter, all that fun stuff, blah, 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 blah. It's all good. You know the deal by now. What else is there? Yeah, I think that's about it. So if you guys want your messages read out loud to the class tonight, we don't do super chats here because YouTube takes like a whole bunch of that, like 30-40%. So we just have our own platform. It's called Turtle Chat. If you click at the link at the top, that brings you to something called Turtle Chat. And when you go on that, you can pay whatever you want, write a little message, and I'll read the message out loud to the class. Now, disclaimer on that, not every, you can shit on strangers. You just can't shit on, I don't know, I don't know. You can shit on me, I guess, but you can't go to, there's some stuff on there. Some of these are getting dirty, quite frankly. And I can't turn this into a burlesque show, as flattering as that may be. So I'll read it to myself, but I can't read all, I can't guarantee I'll read your message, but there's a good chance I will. But either way, feel free to donate away because that's the grift, that's how it goes. But, now you can shit on witnesses, fake witnesses. You can absolutely do that. Fake ones. Do not shit on Turtleboy with the Dono. I mean, nobody's really done on, you can shit on yourself. Nobody really shits on me, I guess. But yeah, just some of the messages have been interesting lately, but and I've had rarely have I said I can't read that one out loud. There's been more and more of those, but probably get a bunch tonight now. Anyway, yeah, why don't we start doing that right now? You can also cash at me $, Uncle Turtleboy, if you do it that way. I'll read those in a minute. The Wilbur show, okay? Getting closer to a sellout. So this is what I saw earlier. There was, I swear to God, unless I counted wrong, I counted 50 tickets left one time. I see 70 now, I think. Let's count them. All right. So zoom in. So yeah, see these seats right here? What the fuck's that? These ones open. They were holding on to these and then they opened them up and people grabbed them. Okay. So these are front, middle balcony, middle mezzanine, whatever. Right there. And we held on to those and then released them at the last second. I've got 10 comped that I'm giving out to friends and family type stuff. But what do we have over here in this section? This section has 28 left. Okay. This one's got 15. So that adds up to 43 plus 27 is 70. So I see 72 tickets left. So we've got 3 more days. I anticipate a sellout. It's going to be dope, man. It's going to be dope. I just cannot wait for this. I'm excited. Again, looking forward to the VIP thing afterwards too. People are flying in from all over the country, all over the world, really, all over the continent, at least. I haven't seen any Europes, but definitely some Canadian mofos coming in here, some Winnipeg Turtle Riders. And it's just going to be awesome. It's going to be a fun night. Been thinking about it all week. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, my nipples are excited too, I guess. I don't know. Got my Microdot shirt on. Microdots will be in the house too that night. It's going to be awesome. I just can't wait. So anyway, go get yours today. Go get yours today if you haven't already. All right. So speaking of, we are doing 2 giveaways tonight. So we have tomorrow we're doing the last giveaway. It's for VIP tickets. Somebody gave away their VIP tickets. So tomorrow we'll be doing those. Check out the Turtleboy Facebook page, the Instagram account, or the YouTube post to see how to enter that. Okay. And, but for a chance for the giveaway, not a raffle, a giveaway. But we also have done, we're going to give away 2 more pairs of tickets right now. I think we should do it right now. All right. So I am going to do that. Let me pull this up. All right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Who's it going to be? Spin, 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 spin. And the winner is for a pair of tickets to the Wilbur Theater. Our first winner is Mary Lomasney. Mary Lomasney. Congratulations. You're going to the Wilbur, dear. You're in. You're in. All right. So that's our first winner. You can contact, I don't know if it's Jennifer Altman. You can just comment under the post on that page. And we will hook that up. We'll get those tickets sent to you. Okay. And congratulations, Mary Lomasney. Is that how you say your name? Whatever. Mary, I love you. You're going. Okay. The next giveaway is, let's see who won it. Let's see. Let me pull this up. All right. Linda Evelyn. There you go. Linda, congratulations. You're going to the Wilbur Theater, Linda. Your dreams have come true. So there you go. Those are our 2 winners of the giveaway. Tomorrow, we're going to do one more giveaway for the VIP seats. That was old? Oh, that was the old one. I went backwards instead of forward. Okay, that was an old one. Hold on. We're going to give away another pair right now. That was an old one. That would be quite the scam. All right, hold on. Here we go. Linda won the other day. What am I talking about? K Styles, whoever that is. So interesting one name. Okay. So congratulations, K Styles. You have won, whoever you are. Contact, I believe, Jennifer Altman for those tickets. You're going, K Styles. I believed in you the whole time, etc. People asking, how do you enter? You got to follow directions. What did I say a minute ago? I said, you got to go to the Turtleboy Facebook page or the Turtleboy Instagram account or the post on the Turtleboy YouTube page. It'll say right there how to do it. Okay. You donate to the Legal Defense Fund, and you specifically put in there for the giveaway, for the ticket giveaway, and you get a chance, so there you go. Anyway, yeah. So we're going to be getting into a whole bunch of fun stuff tonight. We got, obviously, this fake victim shit is off the hook, and we got to talk about that because there's another surprise to this that has not been aired publicly yet. It's going to be aired for the first time tonight. She sent a letter to Michael Morrissey, and we will be reading that one all. She is, and I'll give you the Reader's Digest version. She is attempting to extort the district attorney. She's demanding money from Michael Morrissey, or else she will expose him. I swear to God, you can't make this script up. This is my life. This is my life. The woman who sent me to jail after pretending to be pregnant and pretending to abort my murdered son, Clay, at least 2 times, and then sent me to jail on a lie and won't get out of my life at all. Just can't stop. Became a victim and a witness in my case somehow after having just a complete fling with her and nothing else besides that. So she has now become like the star witness for, or in her mind, the star witness for the prosecution, the Commonwealth, except she's a lunatic. So she has burned the bridges with all them. She has gotten fully on board with the guy named Grant Smith Ellis, who is not a lawyer. He's mentally ill. He's the son of a mentally ill woman. He lives with his mom. They grift off their dead father, and the earning that he lived his whole life. Grant says he's going to law school. He's probably been there longer than Shannon Burgess has been at the University of Alabama, Birmingham. So she is now she's suing the prosecutor, the special prosecutor, and the lead detective, and the detective from the Medfield Police Department. And she's also extorting Michael Morrissey. Some would say that this is an unfair attempt at this point on her part to win Ratchet Madness. I mean, the timing of this couldn't have been more beneficial to her if she's trying to win that. Like, because Krusty's kind of disappeared. She hasn't been on the Twitch-Twat in quite some time. But so she's not like fresh in people's minds. So those are the two finalists, and like fake victims, like, oh yeah, watch me win this shit. Like watch, whatever. So we're going to be going over all that, but she is literally extorting the district attorney, as we're going to see. So and I'm just sitting here loving every second of this, because this is only going to benefit me, as we're going to see. Anyway, before I start, I meant to show this the other day. People were asking about this. Do you guys see the news about Mass and Cass? Hold on. So somebody saw this on the news the other day. Sent it to me. So Mass and Cass is like this area of Boston.
100 new police officers today.
Michelle Wu basically lets people do drugs. It's like Amsterdam of Boston, but it's an expensive area to live. But nevertheless, they've taken all of the addicts and put them in one place, and they just let them do whatever they want there. And it's really bad. It's actually really, really bad and unsafe and unhealthy. And residents and business owners obviously don't like it. And so there was a meeting there, and look who showed up.
The area is being met with skepticism. People tired of seeing open drug use and having their homes broken into packed a meeting tonight. Boston 25 News reporter Drew Caritas has followed this situation for 8 years now. And Drew, people say the mayor's move is political.
Mark, neighbors and business owners whose lives are being negatively impacted by the crisis here along the troubled Mass and Cass corridor say they're just sick and tired of hearing new plans from the city after being let down so many times before. 134 people signed up for public comment at the meeting that's just wrapping up now as we speak after reaching its time limit.
Interesting.
This is a public safety and public health emergency and humanitarian crisis. Why are we here now?
Tempers ran high.
Oh my God. It's Estey. So for those of you unfamiliar, Estey is the woman who grifted off of the Karen Reed trial and somehow became Karen Reed's like driver, and used that to get into the courtroom. She actually took seats away from Karen Reed's own family. Karen Reed kind of delegated the job of like kind of coordinating who would be in court every day. She wanted to give other supporters a chance to get in. Estey would not let them in because she wanted to be there sitting on TV with their fucking plastic face. She's like, she's just the biggest pick me attention whore I've ever seen. And I didn't mind her at first until the shenanigans coming out of court, right? Look at me every fucking time. And then afterwards, somebody made, a couple people made a Estey parody account, and that shit was hilarious. And it made fun of her just by like posting her own clips. And she got so upset about it that she contacted my lawyer, Mark Betterow. For some reason, she's contacting my lawyer and telling him, like, your client's on thin ice. He should do something, take this down. It's like, bro, what? I don't make the parody account. What you're really doing this? Like, that's what really pissed me off about her. And then Purple Kool-Aid guy and others on Twitter really dug into her past. And she's done this a million times before. She did this with the Johnny Depp trial. She like threw her bra at Johnny Depp. Like, she's done this with Jennifer Lawrence. Like, there's a million instances in which she uses this to try to get fame. She's like, she lives in like downtown Boston in probably a fucking multi-million-dollar house. I'm guessing. I don't know. But to live there, it's very expensive. And, you know, she's married to a doctor. She doesn't work, of course, just lives off of him. And this is what she does all day. She doesn't live anywhere near Mass and Cass, but this was just the latest opportunity to get on TV. And so, like,
a packed room of neighbors and business owners who feel the city of Boston and the state of Massachusetts has failed them in responding.
And then watch this. So these are like, these are actual business owners and people in Boston who have, like, you know, who are interested in this and who are affected by this, whatever. And then there's Esther, who just wants to be seen on TV. Like, that's all this is. All right. And then watch this.
An unhinged bear.
I have
Look at it. Just watch her. It's like, this was the one where I was just like, bro, just making sure, because she knows where the camera is. And she's like, oh, the camera's on me. I'm going to make sure I get the fucking front row seat, even though, which took away seats from people, like, it was standing room only, from actual people who live in that neighborhood and who are invested in there. And she's just taking a seat from them. So she's sitting here. Was that really Diane Wilkerson? That was not Diane Wilkerson, was it? Yeah, she's like sitting there making sure she's seen. Watch the head nodding and shit. Like, this is.
Depleted my 401k to keep the restaurant open.
My God.
I have invested everything here and nothing happened.
Nivea Pina, owner of Doña Habana Cuban Cuisine on Mass Ave, says she will likely have to close the restaurant she and her husband opened 9 years ago because of crowds congregating and scaring customers.
I'm just frustrated. I'm sad. You know, I have to break this to my kids.
Yeah, so that's like, actually, you know, that's sad. Like, somebody's actually affected by that. And then you got Esther sitting there, just nodding her head, like, whatever's cool. Like, oh, people are mad about this, I can join this thing today. Like, that's all it is. So anyway, that's fucking Esther. That's what she's up to. All right. Let me read some turtle chats and then we'll get into the fig victim shit. And we got all sorts of shit to get into tonight. So brace yourself. All right. First up. Today is what, September 9th, right? All right. Okay. Wendy Murphy's last brain cell sends $10, goes, isn't it funny how the government can tarnish your reputation by slapping bullshit felony charges on you? But when you defend yourself with actual evidence of government misconduct, this has to be shielded from the public to protect their reputations. Gotta love the government. Free Turtleboy. It's so true when you say it that way. It is so true when you say it that way. Think about that. Like, charging me with all these felonies has damaged my reputation irreparably. Like, every article about the Kearney trial that mentioned me, which was almost all of them, just what did they mention about me? He's got felony charges. Like, that's all that was ever mentioned. Like, I just became synonymous with witness intimidation. I've been convicted of nothing, nor will I ever be convicted of anything. In the same way that Karen Reed has been defamed as a murderer. You know what I mean? Like, she was clearly acquitted, but people are still are free to say that, you know, Karen's a murderer. Like, people do that all the time. And what's she going to sue all of them? She can't do that. So, like, what are you going to do? So, but then when you, in proving your innocence, you come up with all this evidence that paints them in a bad light, and you can't do it because it will hurt their reputations. Like, that's wild. That's wild. So it's a great point there. Thank you. Doreen. Woo. Doreen sends $500. Thank you, Doreen. Oh, it's from North Shore Nacho. She goes, North Shore Nacho Night is still showing up every other Monday. We are looking forward to attending your sold out show at the Wilbur. Come see us in row 2 and 3 in the mezzanine. Yeah, the mezzanine's got great seats. There isn't a bad seat in that whole house. But the mezzanine seats in that are just perfect. The floor, I mean, every seat in the Wilbur's dope. I'm going to be there tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to get my tour of it. So I can't wait to see it. All right. Next up. Denise says she's coming in from New Jersey and hopes to meet me. Thank you very much, Denise. I appreciate that. And thank you. And I hope to meet you too. Thank you. Mimi sends $50 and says, Aidan, I need your help. I have a VIP table with 2 empty seats. How do you have 2 empty seats? My thoughts are to have the person and their guests that travel the furthest to come to your show sit there for free and have you surprise them Friday night. Or do I donate them to you to raffle? Maybe do a poll and let the people speak. I don't even need to do a poll. I would rather just have, I like your first idea more. How do you have 2 extra seats? Like you bought, Mimi, you bought 2 extra seats, VIP seats? And so you're just saying you want to let people upgrade? That's what you're saying? First of all, it's very generous of you. And I like the idea of picking 2 random people and letting them sit there. I like that one. And I like that. I might say, let me think about that, Mimi. I'm going to get back to me. I don't want to come up with something on the spot, but get back to me. So we'll think about that. All right, next up. And man, North Shore Nacho Night. Fucking awesome. Love you guys. Can't believe you guys are still doing that. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Erica sends $5 and goes, listen, Turtle, sad I cannot be in town for your show. I'm digging the hair. I see Dr. Marie Russell's in town this week. Will she be making an appearance? Not that I'm aware of, unless they surprise me. I don't think. So about the hair. Okay. So look I've never had hair this long before. This is very long for me. Bill Reed told me to stop wearing hats and because he said a nice head of hair. And so, but should I get a haircut for the show? So I'm going to take a look at it. So here it is. So I don't like it like on the sides. I don't like how it puffs out like that. I don't like that shit. I don't like it. I usually get a tight fade, but obviously I'm not going to do that this time around. If you got a tight fade here and you don't take some off the top, it's going to look ridiculous. So I need like hair advice. Like, should I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it on the side. I don't like this shit over here. I don't like that. I don't like it. It's like I'm turned to a silver fox. I can't have it. Yeah. See, all right, I'll do a little poll here. We'll do a poll about what I should do with my hair. Yes, this is really happening. You're watching a show where the audience decides what I will have for hair at the Wilbur show. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, all right. So that I just put the poll question up is, should I get a haircut? Yes, no, or just a little off the sides? What do people say? Okay, so we got 600 votes, 47% say just a little off the sides. So, although some 18% say yes. Oh, wow. 36% say, 35% say no. Okay. Maybe just a little. All right. No. Okay. Just, all right. We'll see. A high fade. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Anyway, it looks so good. Just get it blended on the sides. You mean like faded? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Do none and grow a beard instead. I don't have enough time, Jay. It's only a few more days. But okay. You're a father, for Christ's sakes. Yes. Fathers can't get haircuts. Right. All right. Next. Kate sends $25 and goes, funny story. I was doing some housework, listening to one of your presentations on my phone, which was in my pocket, when I had a really bad anaphylactic reaction. I couldn't talk or really move, So on you continued blasting from my pocket. After an ambulance ride, geez Louise, and lots of meds, I realized you were still on. I was surrounded by doctors and nurses, and you were on a particularly angry tirade. They must have loved that. Thanks for unknowingly providing me with some comic relief in an otherwise awful situation. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that. That sounds horrible, but I'm glad that I could get you through that tough time. Appreciate that, Kate. All right, Joseph sends $10 and goes, do you ever think of leaving a message on the chump line at the Howie show? No, I don't. And, it's like, if I don't ever go on Howie Carr again, that's okay. I don't beg to go on shows. But it's weird. We have not talked at all. Like I hope there's no serious hurt feelings there, it's like, it was a slight criticism, and it was a criticism like lots of people had. Like, you should be allowed to say like that was weird. The taillight in the bag, that was weird. I'm sorry. The whole interview was bizarre. Like I still can't believe that happened. Like that was the first interview. But anyway, next. Diana sends $10, goes, hi Turtle. I missed the Glare stream to donate to your legal fund. So this is to make up for that. Thank you for being so funny and only YouTube Dr. Daddy that my boyfriend will watch with me. I'm the only one, huh? Interesting. Okay. Hashtag Turtleboy gets you laid. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Turtleboy will get you laid. I mean, odds are most of you. Some of you have no hope, but a lot of you, I can get you laid. But yeah, that's shout out to the Glare, obviously, again. For doing an awesome 12-hour stream Sunday, all day, 12 to 12. He had some awesome people on there, including David Unetti, Robert Alessi, Andrea Burkhart, Nurse Kim, Mike Crawford, Bob Mata came on at the end. I'm going to forget people, bro. There was a lot of people on there. It was just a dope time, and raised a whole bunch of money, over 20 grand in one day. Like, so, that was awesome, man. Much love to the Will. Much love to all you fine people. Kev, of course. JFK, Melanie. Yeah, for real. Runkle. Yeah. There was a whole, I don't want to miss anyone. So I don't like naming people because I always miss people. Auntie Deb will be there. So it's going to be dope. It is going to be dope. All right. Next up, Christina sends $25 and goes, free A. Timothy Kearney. You and Jimmy are going to kill it on Friday. Well, I don't want a spoiler alert here, but the fake victim might have freed me. We're going to get to that tonight. The fake victim might have freed me. But yeah, Jimmy's going to do great on Friday night. I can't wait for that. He's a natural, I picked him because he's like got theater experience, he's a good interviewer, but he's also like, if you haven't been on a stage before and like performed in front of a lot of people, it's new for you. Like, you gotta do it in front of live people, and that's what he's good at. So I will definitely be there. Kelly Reed was on the show the other night too. How can I forget? Another awesome person there. So that was great. Okay. Next up. Shishan sends $10, goes, hey Turtle Dove, loving the hair longer. After fake victim's response, let's get ready to rumble. Hashtag free Turtleboy. Okay, thank you. Hans Gruber sends $10, goes, can we raffle off the fake victim's phone extraction Friday night to raise money for the legal defense funds? Well, I can't distribute the fake victim's cell phone extraction because there is a protective order, and I always follow court orders. I don't mess around with those. All right. So if other people have acquired the fake victim cell phone before a protective order is in place, I can't control them, right? I certainly would never encourage them to share anything from that extraction, but I can't control the whole internet. I'm not Ken Mello. I can't bring the whole internet in here. So there's just not much I can do about that. So like, if somebody were to have that extraction and they were to start posting it on Twitter, there's nothing I could do to stop it. Or they could just be into drama all day long and never post the real interesting shit, whatever they want to do. So, but I can't stop them. I can't stop them either way. So definitely cannot. To answer your question, no, I cannot do that. Okay, absolutely not. Next up. Michael sends $100. Woo! Thanks, Michael, and says, you stood up for my son when he couldn't for himself. Back at you. See you at the Wilbur. Who's your son, Michael? Higgins. Wait, his last name is Higgins. I hope you're not Brian Higgins. But thank you very much. Okay. Okay, next up. Mary sends $10, goes, can you give the 2 extra VIP seats to David and Jen Finnerty? They could really use a break. His sentencing is on 9/22. Oh, I'd love to, actually. Let me reach out to Jen. Maybe if not those 2 seats, definitely 2 other seats. I've been meaning to write about that situation too. I've talked about it on here. It's terribly unjust, and I'm praying for their family that, I went to their house a couple weeks ago. I actually met Jen and the kids who are my kids' age. It's a really horrible story what the federal government's doing to David Finnerty. Absolutely horrible. And I hope to talk more about it next week after this Wilbur thing is over. So thank you. Lexi sends $10, goes, hi, Turtleboy. Please say hi to my boyfriend, Ross. He's watching with me right now, and he is a big fan. What's up, Ross? Turtleboy gets you laid, does he not? There you go. You're welcome. Rosaline sends $10 and goes, Dr. Crowd Daddy, I hope LG never stops emailing Tully. Oh, she's not. I hope, well, she might now because she's suing him. I hope she also texts him and then runs into him at the store and barks her whiny complaints in person. LG and Tully forever. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. XOXO. I mean, that's Tully's karma, is he had to fly all the way to California and listen to Natalie talk for 3 hours about t-shirts and Netflix deals and whatever. And then he's got to deal with the fake victim all the time. I mean, he chose to get in bed with these people. That's his choice. He chose to associate with some of the biggest scum that never shut up. So have fun with that, Tully. Let me read some cash apps here. Okay. Robin sends $27 and goes, did your stylist pick a good outfit for Friday? So she wanted to go with a whole different look. She wanted to go with like a long sleeve shirt. And I just had to overrule her. I'm like, I think a sport coat with I'm going with the BLT look. I'm going, well, except without the pocket square. I don't do the pocket square. I'm going with the BLT look, sport coat with a button down. And, so that's it. I don't know. I was going to go with she wanted me to go a little more casual, but I'm like, nah, I really want to do that, so we're going to go with that. Let's see the poll, by the way, about the, 41-41 for just a little off the sides and no. Interesting. So thank you. And yeah, I mean, again, with BLT, I don't mean to shit on BLT. I like BLT. I hope he's doing well. It appears as if he has taken down some of his channels. I think he's off of the Twitch twat now. And I wish him the best. I do, because he's always nice to me. I have nothing against the guy. I just wanted to give him some constructive criticism was all. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Best of luck to him. All right, next up. Let's see. Next cash app we had Callie sends $20 and goes, for a haircut or not, you always look good. Well, thank you, Callie. You're too sweet. I appreciate that. Lisa Marie sends $25 and goes, blessed mom from Texas. Love you, Aidan. Keep up the good work. Appreciate that, blessed mom from Texas. Michelle Littlefield, my dog, sends $25 and goes, wishing you the best show ever at the Wilbur. Well, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. Michelle's another victim of Norfolk County corruption, and she's a whistleblower who helped us determine that, help us figure out the fact that they were lying about not going through my cell phone. So there's that. Okay. Marcia sends $10 and goes, "Hey, Turtle, it's your Winnipeg soulmates checking in. Our flight leaves Thursday morning, and we cannot wait for the show. We also might be the people traveling the furthest and would love to be considered for those VIP tickets since our dollar sucks, and we already paid 40% more than everyone else. My friend is also on crutches, and it would save her climbing all the stairs to the balcony. Either way, we love you and respect your decision and the decision of the ticket holder. We'll have the best time no matter where we sit. We are just happy to be part of the experience." Marcia, that is a good idea. You guys were actually the Winnipeg people were the first people I was thinking of, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to promise anything right now. So thank you. Next. All right. Okay, cool. Are you going with green or purple? We ended up going with both. My choice was purple. I wanted purple, but a lot of people wanted green. So we just went with green. You know, those are the official colors of Free Turtleboy, purple and green, but all right. Cool. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. So if you guys didn't see, let me bring this up. I have to find it first. That's not it. Oh, that's it. We need that one. What's this one? No, don't need that one. Don't need that one. That one. Give me 1 sec. I have it loaded up here. I just got to find it. Downloads. See, this is the kind of stuff I can't have at the Wilbur. This is why it's like I can get away with this shit on the live show, but the Wilbur, you know, obviously it can't be any downtime looking for this and that. Everything's got to flow. You know, everything's got to flow. Okay, I think I found it. Today added, no. PDF document. There it is. Okay. Or no, that's not it. That's the one Cosgrove got. There it is. All right, I got it. Cool. All right. So, we're going to get into the whole lawsuit, which a lot of you have seen because I posted it on Twitter or whatever. A lot of people are talking about it. But what you haven't seen is the letter that she wrote to Michael Morrissey. Okay. Because this is a real trip. Okay. Let's just read this together as a class. So this is the fake victim writing to the DA, and this is what she's saying. So she goes, dear, via certified mail. Dear DA Morrissey, I hereby, pursuant to MGL 258-4. So first of all, we need to look up that. MGL 258. These are 258. What is it? 4. 258-4. Instituting claims. Final denial, limitation of action. So this is a civil action. So she is threatening to sue. That's what this letter is. She is threatening to sue Morrissey. Okay. I swear to God, she is threatening to sue Morrissey. And she says, I hereby present a claim on behalf of myself, Lindsay Gattani, a resident of Norfolk County, Massachusetts, against the Norfolk DA's office and its employee, Special Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove, for damages arising from tortious tortuous, whatever you pronounce it, tortuous conduct related to the mishandling and unauthorized disclosure of Miss Gattani's confidential sexual assault report. Right. On or about, like, this is just wild. So she's suing him because of what Cosgrove did. Okay. On or about August 8th, 2024, and continuing thereafter, Special Prosecutor Cosgrove, acting under color of law, failed to protect the confidentiality of Miss Gattani's sexual assault report provided in connection with an October 2023 assault by Aidan Kearney. The report was improperly disclosed to Kearney, a defendant in related criminal cases, and published in an unredacted form by Kearney and Jason Broyles, inciting widespread harassment. So, this is wrong on several levels. First of all, there's no confidential reports. There's no rape report because no no grapes happened. So we'll get into it when we do the lawsuit part, but I'm suing her because she claimed, just started spreading rumors on Twitter, not rumors, just flat out lying that I graped her in October of 2023, right? That I roofied her and she was unconscious or something, and I just had my way with her. That is what she's alleging. She never reported any of this to police because it never happened. I have proof it didn't happen. It's retarded. And so she went to the Medfield police about this in response after she was being questioned for wiretapping. So she was under investigation and she was called into the police station, and defensively she said, what about this? Kind of like, look at this. What about this? He's the bad guy. You should go arrest him for this. And she made them watch a sex tape, and they commented on it of what she alleged was rape. And they said, basically, this is clearly not rape. This is just, two people in a fridge getting some work in. That's all that was. Okay. So there was absolutely no grape that occurred, etc. The only victim was the fridge. So it goes on to say, Cosgrove's actions and omissions, including his role in the investigation and coordination with State Police Lieutenant Tully and Medfield Police Detective Dylan Haldeman, constitute intentional infliction of emotional distress, intentionally or recklessly failing to safeguard the report, causing severe distress. So what she doesn't understand is, like, safeguarding the report. They were required by law, Rule 14. They had to give any report that she made against me with the Medfield Police Department. We get to look at, and it's not protected. Okay. So she seems to think that she can just go to the police, make up a lie about being graped, and then I can't tell anyone about it. I can't post about it. I can't put it out there for the public to see. That this just gets to remain. It gets to be a secret. That seems, she doesn't understand. They had to do that. They were required by law to do that. Negligent infliction of emotional distress, negligently allowing the report's disclosure, foreseeably causing distress with physical manifestations, anxiety and insomnia. Oh, right. Any mental illness this chick had preceded any sort of confidential or not so confidential grape reports being put out there. Invasion of privacy, disclosing private facts about Miss Gattani's assault, violating her privacy under MGL 214. Okay. Abuse of process, misusing prosecutorial processes to facilitate the report's improper disclosure. Right. Violation of civil rights, interfering with the rights to privacy through coercion or negligence. Breach of statutory duty, negligent per se, violating duties under MGL 265, confidentiality of victim reports and causing harm. Sure thing. The claims arose on or about August 8th, 2024, when the unredacted report was disclosed and published with ongoing harm due to continued harassment. The events occurred in Norfolk County during investigations related to Kearney's criminal cases. Damages include she suffered extreme emotional distress, requiring therapy. We all saw the video of her in Frankie's car. Any insanity she had preceded meeting me. I'll tell you that much. So she's a crazy person to begin with. Then she says, reputational damage. No, she says. Yeah, requiring therapy. Okay. Reputational damage, including fear that law enforcement will not believe her future reports, nor should they, thank you. She thinks that's damaging. The fact that she is a liar and has been proven to be a liar over and over again is not because I have put this report out there showing that she's a liar. And now she's like, now the next time I lie to the police, they won't believe my lies because my other lies have been made public by Turtleboy, who got this report from the district attorney's office because they had to give it to me. First of all, reputational damage. Do you understand the reputation this hoe had before I met her? If I had just asked around, as soon as people heard that, like, that Lindsay Gattani was the person who put me in jail, like the messages I got from people like, bro, she's like the most infamous skag in Dedham. And that's not an easy crown to maintain. The most infamous skag in Dedham, all the land. And she is just she's done this to so many men before. Everybody's got a story about her. Like reputation, her reputation was shit before. I gave her a chance to restore her reputation. I allowed her to be in my orbit. I allowed her to be seen in public with me, to sit at a bar in Norwood with me and, other things. But, I allowed that to happen. I took her. She came to the Halloween party. I allowed that to happen. She came to the fundraiser, the Acton fundraiser. There's a comedy show. I allowed her to stand next to me. We went in the bathroom. We were in public together. Right. If anything, I restored her reputation. I did a Lady in the Tramp thing. I did the whole Pretty Woman thing with her. I didn't, she might've been a piece of shit, ratchet junkie welfare mom, but I made her feel like for the first time in her life that she could associate with people who were out of her social circle. Let's just put it that way. But it was just too nice. She couldn't handle it. So there's that. Medical expenses. Bitch is on mass health. She's on mass health. She has no medical expenses. Pain and suffering and legal expenses. Legal expenses. Do you have any idea how expensive that trip to Medfield was for me? I went to jail over it. And, the bill went up as a result of that because that wasn't in the contract that initially I would Bradle. And so that required a lot more work and SJC stuff. The bill went way up because of that. She's talking about legal fees. Oh, my God, the irony. The amount of damages is to be determined at trial, but is estimated to exceed $50,000. She's got a fucking P.O. box in Westwood. The claim is part of a counterclaim in Worcester Superior Court against Kearney and others, including Cosgrove, Medfield Police Detective Dylan Haldeman, and State Police Lieutenant Brian Tully. Please investigate this claim and contact me to discuss resolution within the 6-month period prescribed by MGL 258 Section 4. So what she's saying there is you have 6 months to pay me my money, at least $50,000. This is a shakedown. She is extorting the district attorney himself, Meatball Morrissey, and telling him, you need to give me at least $50,000 within 6 months or I'm suing you. It is legit. She wrote that. We got this from Cosgrove today. Cosgrove sent this to us. Okay. And, as we're going to see, Cosgrove, I don't know if Cosgrove's going to be around much longer, bro. If I were him, I'd tap out, and I think he has to tap out, to be honest with you. I don't know how we can continue at this point. How can you continue to prosecute a case where you are being sued by your own witnesses? How is that not a conflict? Literally being sued by his own witnesses. I've never heard such a thing. This is what your brain is on Towel. That's what we're looking at here. This is what your brain is like on Towel. You're about to see. She has, I hate to say this, and I never thought I'd hear the day I'd say this, but she should have stuck with Krusty. She was in better hands with Krusty. Like, then Towel. I mean, Towel is a madman. Towel is mentally ill. He's crazy. I mean, just look at him. At first, I thought it was an act, but no, he's actually fucking crazy and just insane and not nearly as smart as he pretends to be. He thinks he's like a legal genius. He hasn't graduated from law school. I doubt he ever will. And he clearly wrote this whole thing. And he is the brainchild. He's like, you know what you should do? You should sue Cosgrove and Tully and then try to extort over 50 grand from the district attorney. This is actually what the fallout was between Krusty and Fake Victim. So it started off, they united over a hatred of me. Okay, that's what brought them together. Then Grant comes in. Grant was like the journalist he's got a press pass, who kind of came in and spoke for them, like represented their side. Turtleboy bad, Kearney guilty, that kind of stuff. Then, after that, hold on, I can't think. I got to turn the fan on. It's just too hot to think. Hold on. All right, we're back. So anyway, yeah, the Towel comes in. So he's like the mouthpiece for them. And then he turns out to be nuts. He does this whole like, oh, conspiracy, this and that, like this conspiracy theories. Plevin is like, dude, this dude's too much, which is pretty hard to do. And Krusty, after a couple months, realizes this dude's nuts. And he's an incel who is clearly trying to bang the Fake Victim. And so they have a split. Fake Victim kind of tries to play it down the middle, like she's cool with both of them. All right, because she needs to use both of them to continue. But ultimately, she chooses Grant at the end of the day. And that is they have a falling out in like January of 2025, Krusty and Fake Victim. So they have a falling out over Grant because they are mad. So Krusty and Kimberly Fair and all the other nut jobs, they blame Grant for brainwashing Fake Victim. And they say that she is like not going down the wrong. She lost the restraining order violation. She tried to get a restraining order renewal. And Grant was her legal representative there at that. So it didn't go very well. Like he's given her a lot of bad legal advice. And so Krusty and them are just like, oh, I tried to warn her, but she doesn't listen. And now she's kind of declared war on them. I don't fucking know. But either way, this what you're about to read, this 91-page lawsuit is the brainchild of Towel. All right. He probably spent weeks, if not months, writing this thing because it's 91 pages. And yeah, we're just going to go over it. Okay. Because this is, I couldn't believe I was reading this yesterday. Like, Merry Christmas to me. All right. All right. So let me get my thingy out here. All right. So she is countersuing. So I sued her in January because she's going around posting all over Twitter that I graped her. And that's just untrue. I did not grape anyone. And she says that she's also countersuing now. So I've sued her and she's countersuing me and Medfield Police Detective Dylan Haldeman. So Dylan Haldeman is a detective there who I met with when I reported her for wiretapping me with the Ring camera in the bedroom. And yeah, so he's getting sued. So is Brian Tully's getting sued. Cosgrove's getting sued. And Jason Broyles is getting sued. Jason Broyles is a guy who runs the Twitter account Hailey Walbrecht. He got doxxed. It was anonymous for a while. He ended up getting doxxed because he trusted the wrong people and outed. And it's like an account that, I mean, it's, I don't know, Jason, I don't know what I'd characterize him as, but he likes to expose shit, likes to do the same kind of shit I like to do kind of on the Twitch Watt. And, you know, has been a pretty strong advocate for me and for Karen Reed with his platform. But really has gone after, I would say, or exposed the fake victim in ways that I was, that I have not, because I am somewhat limited. I don't like egging her on, like, because she's fucking nuts. All right. But other people can, and he did that. And so he has kind of put that all out there. And so he is being sued. He is being sued. He is, I guess, my co-defendant now. And yeah, so, anyway, you know, I understand Jason's not everyone's cup of tea. I see that in the comments, and I've seen that on there, and I've talked to Jason before. I mean, I like Jason. You know, he's always got my back, which I appreciate, you know, but I've told him, like, he's into the drama. Like, I'm like, all you fucking people on Twitter who are just into the drama, who can't let shit go, who just, oh, I have to prove this person's this person. I have to get the last word. I have to prove this person wrong. I can't let them get away with lying about me. Who cares? Why? Like that's what I would say to everybody is like, why? Like, who cares if fucking some psychopath like Dara Murphy, because that's what Dara is. Dara is mentally ill. Like, some psychopath like that is out there just defaming you or saying things that are untrue about you. And like, I have to prove them wrong. No, you don't. You don't have to do anything. You don't. You could just ignore them and just be like, that person's crazy. And that's it. So I would urge everybody involved in those spaces. And that's a good question, Max. It's like, will it matter in 5 years? That's what you should always ask yourself. Will this matter in 5 years? You know? And if the answer is no, then just move on with your day. That's it. Who cares? You know? Because it's fuck you people on Twitter. Some of this shit. I mean, I could call out all the accounts. I mean, there's a whole lot of you. A lot of you are my supporters too. Bro, you guys all need to get a fucking life. You guys, Jesus Christ. I go on there. And the threads you people have. Like, oh my God. And if you think I'm not talking about you, I'm probably talking about you. Okay? That includes my supporters on there. That includes all you people. All you people need to cut the shit. It's fucking insane. It's sick. It's fucking sick. And it's not even entertaining. It's boring shit. Like, I don't even want to read it, you know? But anyway, back to this. So those are the people getting sued. All right. So injunctive relief, violation of civil rights. Okay. This is her responding to my lawsuit. She admits that she says the things that we claim she says. And she's saying that these statements calling me a grapist reflect her honest beliefs based on direct experiences with the plaintiff. Beliefs. Including, but she doesn't say beliefs. She says like he's an actual grapist and words like that. That's not a belief. That's a statement of fact. They are either true statements, protected opinions, or rhetorical hyperbole. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a defense for calling someone a grapist when they didn't grape you. Okay. All right. So we're going to skip some of this. No slander occurred, she says. The statements are true opinion or protected speech. He has no damages, and any alleged harm is self-inflicted by his own public conduct and disclosures. He has stated publicly on multiple occasions that his total social media viewership has gone up since the statements in question were made by Gattani. That's not a defense of defamation. Like if you defame someone, you can't be like, well, it's not defamation because you got more subs on YouTube. That's not how it works. There's no subscriber cap when it comes to defaming someone. And then she cites here, like, Kearney has made multiple public statements about his mental health conditions and has publicly admitted to threatening suicide. What? Because I did a suicide prevention live stream. We had like a mental health night on Turtleboy like 4 or 5 years ago. We had this guy on from a nonprofit. So she's apparently came on, a real nice guy named Scott. And he came on, and apparently she's now using that against me. So there's that. Okay. Anyway. The defendant's conduct, was neither intentional to cause distress nor extreme or outrageous. It was responsive to the plaintiff's own extreme actions, included alleged sexual assault, threats, harassment, and public defamation of the defendant. So she had to say I was a rapist because I defamed her by saying I wasn't raped. Like, this is insane. Gattani's public statements were also made due to the negligence per se of state officials who disclosed the grape report in violation of law and their duty to Gattani, and because those officials failed to take action on a report, despite informing Gattani that the investigation of Kearney for grape was and remains open. No, it's not. This was Gattani commenting on a matter of public concern. Indeed, on the same night, January 7th, 2025, that the restraining order held by Gattani was not renewed, Kearney went on a social media live show and brought up the sexual assault allegations in question, prior to Gattani discussing the sexual assault in public. I announced the lawsuit. What? She tweeted about me like 1 million times, calling me a rapist. Like so many times. Kearney joked with other members of the social media show about the quality of sex with Gattani during the sexual assault. During the quality of sex. What the fuck does that mean? We're talking about the fridge now? Because the whole thing's on video. I don't even know what you're talking about there. The quality of the sex? It was mediocre. At any other point in time during a public broadcast, Kearney also joked gleefully about how Gattani refused to give him roadhead on the night of the sexual assault and attempted to flee Kearney's vehicle during that portion of the sexual assault. Oh my God. We're going to get to the details of that, but nothing even remotely close. Like, this is one of the wildest fabrications I've ever heard. Like, there was no fleeing of any vehicle. There was no denial of road. What is she talking about? We'll get to that. She says I have unclean hands, which is so ironic because that was I think she's copying us. That was the argument that Tim Bradle used on April 26, 2024, when we tried to vacate the restraining order that she had on me. We said that she had unclean hands, and she's copying us now. The plaintiff has suffered no actual damages. Incorrect, as we're going to see. She just doesn't understand how any of this works. Any alleged losses of harm or harm suffered by Plaintiff Kearney, including reputational or economic damage, were caused not by Gattani's statements, but by Kearney's own action, including his open felony cases for witness intimidation and wiretapping. Here's the difference. I've not been charged with rape. Grape, rather. That's a very different accusation. If I was charged with grape, right? a lot of you might look at me differently. You know, because you guys could look past the witness intimidation thing, and you can look past, you know, like this is like a joke. The witness intimidation shit, this is like a fucking joke. Wiretapping, pfft, give me a break. This is a joke. But if I was charged with like grape, there might be some of you people who were like, I don't know about this guy. It would have been just very clearly like much more like I would have taken it much more seriously, right? Even though I think most of you, if I was charged with raping her, which I wouldn't be, I think a lot of you wouldn't believe her because she has no credibility whatsoever. But the whole accusation itself is a million times more serious than witness intimidation, because this is a fucking joke. This is over Chris Albert's hurt feelings and shit like that. That's what we're talking about, not grape. So this is all the brainchild. This is a towel production, if I've ever seen one. The defendant reserves the right to assert additional. Okay, so now for her counterclaim. She's suing all these people. Jason Broyles, a resident of Bristol, Connecticut. Because he travels here, it's got jurisdiction. He comes to court cases. Okay. All right. Case law. Okay. And the rest live in Massachusetts, so jurisdiction's proper, she says. Okay. And then all these people, blah, blah, blah. All right, so here we go. Let's get to the facts of the case, shall we? First, I need to send myself some screenies so I have these ready to go. Give me 1 sec. One sec. And the Glare showed some of these on his program last night. And again, I don't want to be sharing shit like this. It's embarrassing. It's personal. But, you know, not going to stand for it. Not going to stand for it. Okay. Come on. Did it go through? I'm attempting to send these to myself. Hold on. Aidan. Hold on. I'm trying to get, I don't know if my Wi-Fi is not working or what. I'm attempting to send myself message screenshots here that I can put up on the screen. But I'm having issues. Give me 1 sec. All right. Got him. All right. So before we get into this, I got to explain the background for you newbies. I've said this many times before, but you never know. And yeah, I need to learn how to do airdrop too. All right. Anyway, so I would hang out with this chick. First of all, I would just go to her apartment on Friday nights and then do my thing and then bounce because I had soccer in the morning or something like that. Like I got to get out of here. I never stayed over. First of all, she had 4 kids. I did not want to be there in the freaking morning with kids there. I mean, any confusion. Like, first of all, she's calling me daddy. I don't want them calling me daddy. I don't want to be here. Okay. So there was no sleepovers. There was nothing. It was just in, out, see you later. All right. And that was fine. That's the way it should have been. That's the American way. All right. There's no, it's not like that's the whole point. But she had different plans, clearly. And after I got arrested on October 11th, I didn't feel comfortable. Like I was scared to be in my own house because I was always worried the cops were going to roll up. So that was the first time after I got arrested October 11th, I stayed over her apartment a couple of times. Okay. And it was weird. I woke up, the fucking kids were there. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Now, and then she's sending me text messages telling me that, oh, my kids are telling their teacher that I saw mommy kissing Turtleboy. I'm like, oh, fuck me. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's happening right now? What's going on? And anyway, I mean, they were nice kids. The closet baby was great. It was kind of weird when I would go in there in the middle. If I had to go to the bathroom, I would go in. She had like a nice bedroom. Like it was like she had a master bath attached to it and then a closet. You had to go through the bathroom to get to the master closet. And so I would, wake up in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom, I turn the light on, and then I'd hear like, Mom. It's the fucking closet baby. For some reason, the 2-year-old slept in the closet. And because she ran out of rooms in the government housing. It was a nice apartment. It cost like over $4,000 to live there a month. But so whatever. So after I got arrested, then I'm kind of like, I stayed at her house a couple times. And that was not a good idea because then she starts getting kind of the wrong idea about what this is. Right. And so then on October 14th, we leave her apartment for the first time. Usually we used to just go over there and just hang out and just see you later. But now she's like, I want to go out. I want to make him earn it. I think she said in a text messages to crazy Kara Horn, aka Fartbox. And so she said, I want to make him earn it. Okay. So by earn it, she meant go to McMorgan's in Norwood, have a couple drinks and, then go back and do the same thing we could have done at her house. Like, okay, fine. I earned it. So October 14th, I go there and we go out for the first time to this place called McMorgan's in Norwood. It's like part of a hotel and it's low key there. I'm like, not a million people are going to be here. I liked it there. So we go there and look at, this is going to be, there's no way around this tonight, guys. This is going to be like an RX rated Turtle Club. This is a sex cult night. Okay. So if you don't want to hear this shit, I don't blame you. Okay. I wouldn't want my mom listening to this shit either, but it's part of the fucking story and it's the public record and there's a lawsuit. So this is your trigger warning. Okay. Things are about to get nasty in here. Okay. Real fucking nasty. So don't judge, is what it is. So she had a fantasy. And that fantasy was she wanted to get what's called finger blasted at the bar, like in front of other people without them knowing. Like that just did it for her. She was just like, that would be the hottest thing. If in a crowded bar, and it was kind of cool. Like having all these people around, right? And, and look what I'm doing to you. And no one knows I'm doing this to you right now. So that was her fantasy. Some of us have more elaborate fantasy. Some people want nice things and vacations and promises. So other people just want to get finger blasted at McMorgan's. So that was her dream. Okay. Getting finger blasted at McMorgan's. And boy, did she ever. Okay. So on October 14th, we go to McMorgan's and I make all her dreams come true. Okay. And then towards the end of the night, these people come over, really nice people. And they were like, fans. And they were like asking to take their picture with me. Okay. And so, this upset her. One of the ladies looked like Auntie Bev too, like a dead doppelganger for Auntie Bev. And so I take a picture with these nice people And this upsets her greatly. She did not like that shit. She got extremely jealous or whatever. And I'd never seen this side of her because she was just kind of starstruck initially with me. Like she was a fan. You know what I mean? Like she didn't want to show me her crazy side because she's like, he'll leave me. He'll never see me again if I let him see the real me. You know what I mean? So, but little did she know that I am also addicted to crazy. So I probably wouldn't have, you know? So then that happened. So she gets all mad. And she had talked on the way up. And again, this is going to get nasty tonight. She had talked about on the way up. She's like, I'm going to give you what's called roadhead. She said she's going to give me roadhead. And on the way back, she said. And roadhead, for those of you unfamiliar, is when a woman performs the act of fellatio on a man while he's driving a vehicle. Okay. It's not safe. If you go to driver's ed and somebody says, like, you have like a yes or no question on your driver's license test, and they ask you, like, you know, should you get roadhead when driving a car? The answer is no. The answer is no. Just to be clear, like, that's the legal answer is no. Roadhead is inadvisable, but so is finger blasting at the bar. You know what I mean? So is what it is. So that's what we had discussed prior to going there. And then we went to the bathroom. Okay. And then we christened the bathroom too there. So anyway, she gets all mad though on the way home, and she just starts ripping into me. Okay. And I'm like, I make a joke. I'm like, well, I guess roadhead's not going to happen. And she starts, I see a side of her I've never seen before. Okay. The real side of her, where she's just like, you're a piece of shit. I fucking hate you. Think you're so hot. You think you're this. She got really mad about the fact that people want to take pictures of me, because she's like, you think you're fucking Mr. Hotshot. Everybody wants to take a picture with you. You're not so fucking hot. Blah, 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 blah. And so she's just yelling at me. And then she's like, pull over. I have to puke. And I'm like, I don't want to have a nice new car here. A nice new Lexus. I don't want her puking in this shit. And so then so we pull over, and she gets out, and I wait like a minute, and she doesn't get back in the car. I'm like, where the fuck she go? And we're on Route 109 in Westwood at this point, and she's somewhere. I see her like walking down the road. It's like a dark road in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I drive back. I drive towards her, and I'm like, Lindsay, get in the car. Like, Frank, get in the car. What are you doing? And she's like, no. She's being difficult. And I'm like, you're going to get hit by a car. Okay. You're going to get kidnapped. Some shit's going to happen to you out here. Like, you got to get in the car. Okay. In hindsight, I should have just left her. Like, but, you know, I, being the gentleman that I am, I'm like, get in the car. Okay. And she gets in the car, and she berates me some more and yells at me, and it's just really mean. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, not even saying, I'm like, okay. And I'm just thinking in my head, well, I guess this is over. So we get back to her apartment. I'm planning to drop her off. I don't even pull into a spot. And then she's just like, are you coming in? Why did I come in? You just told me these horrible things. She's like, just come in. Okay. So it came in. It was like nothing. It was like none of this happened. So we get in there, start going to first base, second base, the whole round. We did the loops. Okay. And there was a fridge involved, and a camera. Okay. So the camera was involved frequently, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm a big fan of home videos, like do it your own way, you know? And so I like to document these things for the archives, of course. And so there was just not the whole thing, just like a quick little clip, like a, 60, 90-second clip of whatever, just to memorialize it. And so we did that, and it involved a fridge. That's why they call me the fridge daddy. And so then it's a good time, right? And we wake up in the morning, okay, and do it all over again. And the kids are fucking there. And I'm like, oh, okay, I leave. And then later in the day, we're going to get to the text messages. Okay. But this is what she claims happened. This is her version of the story. The lie. So she says on October 14th, Kearney sexually assaulted Gattani. The assault began at McMorgan's, where Kearney engaged in non-consensual contact in a public area. Oh my God. While driving Gattani home from the bar to her home in Medfield, he attempted to elicit Gattani to perform oral sex on him. Roadhead, in Kearney's words. Gattani fled, she says, Kearney's vehicle on an active roadway to avoid doing so. Like the way she's claiming this, I'm like, get down there and do it, dude. Give me some roadhead right now. Right now, get in there. And then she's like, no. She makes her escape. She flees and runs away. And she's like, no, I don't want to give you roadhead. No, I totally don't like that at all. Right. And then just runs away. This is her version of the story. Okay. Whereupon two passerbys intervened and attempted to rescue her. Rescue? What does that mean, rescue? How do you attempt to rescue someone? So she's like trying to escape, and then two good Samaritans come along. I don't remember this happening, and try to help her. And then they get in her. What? Okay, so if she was really fleeing, why wouldn't she just get in the car with them? Why wouldn't she just get in the car with them, you know? So Kearney then prevented those two passing motorists from assisting Gattani. How do I do that? And why wouldn't they just call the police on me? Like, she's trying to get away. He appears to be kidnapping her. He forced her back into the car. This sounds a lot like a kidnapping. And then transported her to her apartment, where he engaged in further non-consensual sexual intercourse. Well, she was impaired and unable to consent. He recorded the encounter without her knowledge or consent at the time. Sure, the video says otherwise. So just to be clear on this video, since apparently this video is going to be entered into evidence now, she's already shown the police this video. The video is about 1 minute and 15 seconds long. Okay. It involves a fridge. She has shown pictures of herself now on Twitter of her body. And as you can see, it's like fucking connect the dots with moles for some reason on her body. It's not cool. I looked past it, but anyway, in the video that, you see she's holding onto the fridge, and around the 50 something second mark, she whispers, and you can hear it's clear as day. She says, F me, daddy. She whispers it. Okay. It's undeniable when you hear the audio. Undeniable. You don't say that when you're being graped. Okay. I'm sorry. You don't say, oh, F me, daddy, when you're being graped. Again, this is, if you're new here, put the kids to bed. This is not the good night for them. Okay. This is not the good night for them. This is getting nasty tonight. So, there's that. So that's what the actual tape shows. Kearney's actions during the drive, preventing rescue, and forcing her into the car constituted false imprisonment. What? How can I force her into the car? As she was confined against her will, without legal justification, causing her fear, humiliation, and physical restraint. As a direct result of this additional incident, she has incurred further medical expenses, i.e. therapy, which is covered by Mass Health. And if she's actually seeing a therapist, they should be fired. They are not doing their job. She has suffered increased reputational damage, fear of public disclosure. So she doesn't want the public to know what she's really like, and that's my fault. Again, none of you would know who she was had she just gone away. Had she not made up a complete lie about being assaulted on Christmas Eve. She chose to do that. Her and I are the only two people in the world who know as a fact that never happened. So she knows this didn't happen. She lied about it anyway. I had no intention of putting her name out there or letting any of you know who she ever was. I never wanted to see her again. I wanted to move on with my life. But she put herself out there, and now you know who she is because of her. But that's my fault. She has endured heightened pain and suffering. Flashbacks to what? Getting railed against the fridge? What is that? That sounds like a happy flashback for her. I'm sure it is. And incurred legal expenses. Oh, boo-hoo. On December 14th, during an interview with Lieutenant Brian Tully and a private investigator regarding her knowledge of Kearney and other matter, she first reported the assault to Lieutenant Tully, who urged her to file an official police report. But she declined out of fear of retaliation, she says. Oh, really? Well, I have Tully's police report from December 14th right here, as a matter of fact. Let's see if anywhere in here it is mentioned. Give me one moment. So on December 14th, I, Brian Tully, we met at her residence at 50 Peter Christoph Way, Unit 107. I don't think she lives there anymore. I think she got kicked out again. She said she met Aidan Kearney after exchanging messages on Facebook Messenger, aka she offered to have sex with me, and I said yes. Lindsay stated that she would communicate with two of Kearney's Facebook profiles. Okay. They met after a court date and went to her apartment and then began having a romantic relationship. I don't know if I call it romantic, with her staying over her apartments on Friday nights. Yeah, real romantic. At the beginning of their relationship, he stated he was close with Karen Reed's family. This is the only reason Brian Tully's here, by the way. He just wants the 411 on, he just wants the 411 on Karen Reed. At the beginning, he said he was close with Karen Reed's family. He would later state that he speaks with her every day. He showed me a screenshot of Kearney allegedly sent to her showing multiple calls on a certain day that showed Karen Reed signal audio in the call log. That's untrue. First of all, that was inadvertent. That was over a fight. That was over an argument. She's like, she's like, you're ignoring me, something like that. And I'm like, bitch, I tried calling you. And I showed her my call log, which showed me calling her. Also in the call log, it says KR signal. Didn't say Karen Reed, it said KR signal. So yeah, she acts like I'm bragging about talking to Karen Reed. I was showing her that screenshot because she said that didn't ignored her or something like that when she was being fake pregnant. And I'm like, bitch, I tried calling you. Here's the fucking screenshot of me calling you. And then the KR one was in that as well. And so this is the kind of lies that she tells. Everything's a goddamn lie. Anyway, she goes on to say that talks about the intermediary, Natalie, which Tully is well aware of at this time. Lindsay stated Kearney runs everything by Karen, meaning all of the blog posts and social media content is approved by Reed before Karen publishing. That's a bit of an exaggeration. Kearney described Reed as difficult, controlling, and gets irritated with him. I did say those things. I said all of those things. I stand by. Now that this is all over, it was. I mean, that's the truth of it all. I mean, this is, if I'm being honest, that's what you guys like from me. She was difficult. But whatever. She was this, I had access to the primary source in all this. I had access to the defendant in the highest profile murder trial in the country. I'm going to put up with a little attitude. I didn't care. Karen Reed could treat me like complete shit during this. It didn't bother me because whatever. I'm not going to cut off this source. That's the difference between me and Natalie. Is Natalie is just gets her feelings hurt or whatever. Karen Reed was, to be perfectly honest, rude sometimes and just easily like on edge, like always just mad at me. Like, but I'm like, what? I would always talk her down. Like, bitches be crazy. I mean, that's all. She's a woman. No offense, women, ladies. Like, she was, bitches be crazy. All of them. And I also gave her the, the leeway of like understanding, like, she's also like really stressed. I'm like, she's being framed for murder. So I'm like, so give her, you know what I mean? Exactly. She was going through a rough time. Like, that's what I would always have to remind myself. I'm like, she's being framed for murder. But I definitely, you know what I mean? I'm like, I did say those things. So whatever. You're allowed to vent about people to other people. You're allowed to do it. Whatever. Like, so I always gave her a pass. You know what I mean? And what did she say? Difficult, controlling, and definitely gets irritated with me. She got irritated with me a lot. But anyway, goes on to say, she stated that Kearney showed her material related to the investigation of the homicide of John O'Keefe, including the 911 call and cruiser video footage before it was leaked on social media. None of that's illegal. They communicate using the Signal app. So she's not providing anything of actual interest to Tully here, you know? So there's that. Anyway, and I'm like reading the comments. I really shouldn't. But like, why is he even talking about this? Why am I talking about this? Because it's my fucking show, you retard. And I talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. And you will sit there with your pink fucking hair and enjoy every fucking minute of this and consume it. That's what you're going to fucking do. Okay? With your pink hair. Sit there, shut the fuck up and swallow what I'm feeding you. Let's go. I'm so sick of these people. Why is he talking about this? Because he talks about whatever the fuck he wants to talk about on his show. That's why he's talking about it. You don't like it? Get the fuck out of here. This is not a Karen Reed love fest. Okay? I don't sit here and lie to you. Oh, what is she talking about? Okay, that makes a big difference. Sorry about the pink hair comments. If you said she, it's different. Okay, but he means me. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. But anyway, I just hate when people tell me what I can't talk about. So I apologize. You meant she? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Anyway, I really shouldn't read the comments. Goes on to say, Lindsay described one instance where Reed controlled what Kearney would publish. Kearney wanted to release the Canton police cruiser video footage he had obtained from Reed. Kearney asked Reed if he could publish the video on his Turtleboy platform. She stated that Reed said no to the request. Kearney was frustrated and contacted one of Reed's defense attorneys, Alan Jackson, who approved the release of the video. Reed later found out about Kearney going to Jackson and was angry. No, that is not. First of all, by this point, I hadn't released the dash cam footage. I never released it before the trial. That came out. I had it, but I didn't release it. So that's just completely patently untrue. She's mixing up her stories here. She stated that different sources of financial benefit for Kearney and his partners. She described how she attended the Halloween party held by Kearney. On the drive to the party, Kearney, she wasn't with me on it. She met me there, so that's not even true. Kearney told Lindsay he had a videographer, Richie, unknown last name, who has been following him around in anticipation of creating a documentary. She stated that Alan Jackson might be paying Richie directly, which Richie, he ends up getting hired by them, but not at that point. She described the arrangement as Richie being hired as part. Who cares? Like, how is this is just her, guys. So this is December 14th, a few days after she flips on me, after I dump her. And she's going to Tully and she's like, I want to get revenge on him. I'm going to tell you everything I know about Turtleboy. So far, she hasn't told him anything interesting. What has she told him? That, he talks to Karen Reed. Okay, not illegal. Karen Reed gives him information. Not illegal. He has a videographer. Not illegal. The videographer might be paid by the Karen Reed defense team. Not illegal. He says mean things about Karen Reed. Not illegal. Like, none of this. They use Signal. Not illegal. It's like, where do we get? She's desperately trying to be useful to Tully here. She wants to get revenge. She wants to feel important. She wants to feel like she's part of the story, that she's the whistleblower who's going to take me down. But she got nothing on me because I haven't done anything. Like I'm guilty of talking to Karen Reed. Okay, boo-hoo. You know? She goes on to say, the police report goes on to say, Lindsay stated Kearney is doing well with donations. Okay. She recalled several instances where Kearney received cash at different events, not cash from the 50-50, not a raffle. Right. Okay. She stated he received $1,500 at an event at a drive-in movie theater, which I didn't even ask for. Erica Madden was very generous enough to offered me $1,500 to speak there and make an appearance and do whatever. I don't say no to free money. You know what I mean? It's like, whatever. I didn't ask for that, but she was generous enough to offer, and I was generous enough to accept. Okay. She had alluded to the fact that he did not pay for a Lexus SUV he recently acquired. What? Kearney made a statement similar to, if my frugal mother ever found out I paid for the Lexus, she would be mad. And even if I didn't pay for it, what's wrong with that? She stated that she believed the Lexus was purchased from a dealership in Rhode Island. Lindsay stated that she told her that he never pays taxes. What the fuck is she talking about? Oh my God. I paid so much. I fell behind on my taxes. And then I had to write a big check to the government, but I am up to date with all my taxes. Because I dissolved my LLC and my money used to be taken right out of my paycheck. And then after that, I found out that when it doesn't happen, you just have to write the government checks every quarter. And I wasn't doing that. And so I fell, and I'm like, fuck. So I had to write a big check to the government, but we're all caught up now. Anyway, either way, I always pay my taxes. I'm not Donald Trump. I always keep up with my taxes. And no, just no offense to Donald Trump, but just a little political joke there. So she tells them this lie that I got gifted a Lexus SUV, which is just wild that the Reeds would. So first of all, I didn't get it from Rhode Island. There's a Lexus dealership in Northborough. I bought it there and paid cash because that's how I roll, and left with a fucking brand new 2023 Lexus RX 350. And I fucking love that car. It's the best purchase I ever made. And so she says, I got this as a gift. So she is just making shit up. See, to sound important, she's trying to give them something here, but there's just nothing. And they use this lie by her to subpoena Bill and Nathan Reed's car payments. I got both of their whole schedules and my bank account. They subpoenaed my bank records. They went all through my bank records and they saw that I did not receive a single dollar from the Reed family. None. And they found out that I paid for this car with my own money. So that's what so they took a tip from the fake victim. Again, this is just her trying to be important. Lindsay stated that he was frustrated by comments on social media that people didn't want any more protests in Canton. He stated to Lindsay that he wanted people to protest. So what? If I want people to protest, you're allowed to want that. She stated that the 9 people recently charged with witness intimidation, they were never charged, stemming from a protest outside of D&E Pizza, was directed by Kearney. Untrue. I did not direct any of the Canton 9 to protest outside of Chris Albert's mediocre pizza shop. She stated that Kearney instructed the group to go to D&E because he could not go. He stated it was good that additional people were charged with witness intimidation in addition to him because it took the heat off him, but he stated he would not raise any funds for their defense. First of all, that's untrue. I did raise money for their defense. She recalled Kearney telling two of the Rocco's defendants had received a quote from a defensive attorney for $7,000. He stated that was too much. When Kearney discussed the quote with Karen Reed, they got into an argument with Karen, stating that the Rocco's should spend the money to get a good attorney. I don't even know what she's talking about, but how does any of this help the Commonwealth? Like, so far, this is all useless for Tully. And most importantly, you know what she's not mentioning here? Being graped. She's now claiming that she told Tully about being graped on December 14th. I don't see that in his report. And by the way, if she had told Brian Tully that I graped her on October 14th, 3 days after I was put on bail, do you understand how fast he would have charged me and used that as a way to revoke my bail forever? Like forever. Like that would have been the immediate chance. Tully would be like, oh, he raped you? Oh, like that's something he could have used. Instead, she's telling him all about this shit. And he's like, what am I supposed to do with this? He was told by Kearney that Reed's attorneys were working with the U.S. Attorney's Office, specifically Josh Levy. This is what Tully's interested in. Kearney would talk a lot about the grand jury and Levy. He stated he is confident that Michael Morrissey is the target. Lindsay stated that Karen Reed was interviewed by federal law enforcement in the U.S. Attorney's Office, told Reed that DA Morrissey was the target. See, she screws everything up. I never told her that because that's not true. Karen Reed never spoke with anyone from the U.S. Attorney's Office. Her attorneys did. She never spoke with anyone from the USAO. She stated that just before a story released by Fox 25 about letters from DA Morrissey sent the U.S. Attorney's Office aired, Josh Levy contacted the defense attorneys requesting a conference call. During the call, Levy asked her attorneys, is there any chance the trial can be moved? And requested the attorneys file a motion to reschedule Reed's trial in Norfolk Superior Court, which is scheduled for March of 24. Levy also asked Reed's attorneys to send him phone records of Jen McCabe that they had in their possession or might be receiving shortly. He asked Reed's attorneys if they were contacted by the media to say that they are not working together. So that is true. Josh Levy's office did have a meeting with her defense attorneys in late November after they found out that Ted Daniel was going to come out with those letters from the U.S. Attorney's Office. He was going to publish them. That is when Josh Levy had a meeting apparently with her defense attorneys and basically said, without saying it, we need more time. Like is there any way this trial they didn't ask them to get the trial delayed, but they're like, is there any chance this trial gets delayed? So Tully's like trying to make it sound more nefarious than it was. I mean, that's simply untrue. Lindsay stated that Kearney's records records all his phone conversations. She recalled one blog post where Kearney wrote about a phone call he had with Lucky Loughran. In the blog post, he stated he had a photographic memory while describing how he can recall facts from a conversation. She stated that Kearney recorded the conversation with Loughran and another call with Steve Scanlon without consent. Well, they have my phones, so where is that tape? Like, what are you talking about? Never happened. She stated following a court date that she met him at the Fusion in Dedham Square. Present was Kearney's attorney, Tim Bradel, and his videographer, Richie. During the conversation, Kearney and Bradel discussed Kearney's cell phones that were seized by investigators. Kearney asked what would happen if he had an illegal recording on the phone call with Lucky Loughran. That never happened. During the same conversation, Lindsay asked Bradel why he agreed to represent Kearney, and he said he wanted to defend the First Amendment. Bradel went on to say that he recently was at a courthouse and ran into a buddy who was an attorney. He did tell us this. He called this guy a ham and egger. The buddy told Bradel that evidence exists that proves Karen Reed is 100% guilty of murder, but the evidence is inadmissible in court. When Bradel made this statement, Kearney became upset and began to talk over Bradel. That is not what Bradel said. Richie was there. Bradel was there. That is not what he said. He's like, I met this jamoke down the courthouse who thinks Karen Reed's guilty and thinks she's going to be convicted. That's all he said. But she just makes shit up. Because she's trying to sound important here. Kearney told Lindsay on several occasions that he might flee the area. He mentioned he has lots of cash and would throw his phone away. Said, I'm going to disappear. See, this is fucked up. This is fucked up because it's in text messages that can be produced. Like, I was severely depressed around this time. Like, early November, once baby Clay came into the picture, I went through some severe depression with that. That was tough. Things were crazy, man. It was affecting my mental health. It was affecting my relationships with my family and other people. Like, that fake baby really fucked with my head bad, man. Until you have a fake baby Clay, you don't understand what it's like to have a fake baby Clay, especially when you're like married with kids and the person who is hosting Fake Baby Clay is a psychopath, and you're like, fuck, what is my life about to turn into? Everyone's going to know about this. Like, oh my God, what did I do? And I'm like, I have all these indictments and I'm dealing with Krupp and he's an asshole. And I was just so severely depressed in like November of 2023. And then you got to go on the show and you got to put on a happy face, like everything's fine. But I was like severely depressed and had like crazy anxiety in November of 2023. And it was affecting me a lot. And so one time I might have told her, I'm like, I said, I wish I could just disappear. I wish I want to just get in the car right now and just drive and just don't stop driving and just go to fucking Ohio. I can make it to Ohio by the end of the night or something like that. And I can just fucking disappear and just go off the grid, leave my phone behind and just disappear. You know what I mean? So like here I am telling her about how fucking depressed I am from this fucking fake baby and all this shit. And she then, which she is manipulated. Again, there's no baby. So she is, these feelings I'm experiencing are a product of her lies. Okay. And now she is using those feelings against me by telling Tully that I'm trying to flee the state. That is what she's doing. Like, this is fucking what a see you next Tuesday. So nowhere in here does she mention anything about being raped. It's the whole fucking point of this rant I'm doing right now. Nowhere in there does she mention that. Next. Okay, so back to this. Back to the lawsuit. All right. So I don't see anything in the report about that. On December 22nd, Lieutenant Tully and investigators served Gattani with a grand jury subpoena unannounced. Footnote, see Exhibit D. Okay. So that was a fake grand jury subpoena. On December 22nd, Kearney was invited to Gattani's house after Gattani received that grand jury subpoena related to Kearney. Kearney declined that invitation. Thank you. Thank you. As soon as I read this, I'm like, oh, great. Awesome. Thank you for pointing that out. She invited me and I declined. Yes, that's true. During that day and into the morning of December 23rd, Kearney began a series of harassing communications towards Gattani. He sent her highly sensitive judicial documents, also known as public court records, and made other implied threats until Gattani provided information to Kearney. That is completely untrue. Completely untrue. I confronted her that night. I knew she was talking to Kate Peter, and I knew that she was talking to Brian Tully because she got served by him. She showed up at the fucking house. I've put all the clues together now. And I confront her with this. I go, I know you've been talking to Krusty. I know you've been doing this. Here's all the ways I know. I know you're the Jane account that's been shitting on me. I know you're all this shit. I know it's you. Okay. And I confront her with all this. And I go, I know the baby's not real. I know you're fucking full of shit. I know this and that. I know you. And I go, I know you're lying. She goes, I don't have anyone in my life that loves me. I don't have any family around. I go, oh, I know that's a lie too, actually. And I send her a copy of her probate court documents. And the probate court documents show that her mother applied for custody of her kids and that her mother wants to see her grandkids and has shown up at Lindsay's apartment and she won't let him see them. It's really sad. And so I go, that's this whole thing about I don't have family around here. You do. Here's your probate court docs that show that. Now she is acting like I sent her these highly sensitive court documents to do what? To threaten her. That I would threaten her with these. That showing her court documents to prove that she's a liar is a threat. Everything's a threat. She's always a victim. So I confronted her with all this on December 22nd at night. And eventually, over the course of the conversation, and I got all the screenshots to prove this, she admitted it. And she says to me, I'm sorry. She said, And I could tell him, like, do you want to talk on the phone? Is there something you want to say? And she goes, yeah, I would. So I talked to her on the phone, and she admits everything. And she's crying, and she's like, I've been talking to Tully. I was just mad at you, and I'm so sorry. And, I was just really mad at you, and I regret it now. And I feel gross being around these people, and blah, 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 blah. And she's like, and now I need a lawyer because I have to go in front of the grand jury, and I don't know what to do. And they want my phone. And I'm like, okay. I go, can you show me all your messages with them? Can I see your messages with them? And she goes, yes. And she's like, but I would rather do it in person because I don't trust that your phone isn't being monitored and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. I go, I'll meet you in the common area of your apartment building. And so that is how the phone call ends the night of December 22nd, going into the 23rd. I wake up the next morning. I got a text message from her saying, I don't deserve you to love me or something like that. I am so sorry. But we should discuss the rest in person, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So people like, you went over there to bang her. You went over to do that. No, I went over there because she had manipulated me into believing that she was sorry for what she had done and that she wanted to help me out. Okay. That was the ruse to get me over there. And I said I wasn't going to go in her apartment. And I went over there and I was in her common area for like 2 hours. And she was being hesitant about showing me the phone, which was the whole purpose of me being there. And I'm like, if you're not going to show me the phone, I guess I'll just go. And she goes into the bathroom in the common area. And according to the police report, she calls Tully and says, he wants to see my phone. I'm going to delete all of our messages now. Don't call me. And she apparently did a 3-way call with them when I was there, and they were attempting to listen into our conversation. And that is why Mello has been kicked off the case, because Mello made himself a witness in this. All right. But again, I'm a softie. Again, I'm a sucker. I believed her. She was crying. She cried a lot, but I believed her that she was sorry, that she had made a mistake, and that she wanted to do the right thing. But no, the whole thing was a setup. So on the morning of December 23rd, he asked her to install the Signal Messenger app. Yep. Kearney, after those series of messages and attempts at coercive control, appeared at Katani's home, demanded to see her phone. Demanded. First of all, she could just tell me no. I didn't demand to see anything. The whole point of me going there was to look at her phone. That was the whole point. Threatened retaliation if she testified before the grand jury. Absolutely not. It's actually in writing. You should tell the truth. If you're actually going in front of the grand jury, tell the truth. I go, I haven't done anything illegal. I haven't told you I've done anything illegal. Tell them the truth. Like, there's nothing to tell her. Like, don't. But I think you should have a lawyer, because Tully was asking for her phone. I'm like, I would definitely get a lawyer for that. If you need a lawyer, I know a guy. All right. And so I gave her a referral. Took notes from her phone, wrestled her for the notes. What? Pushed her onto the couch, all made up. During this exchange, he told Gatani that she could delete all information on her phone because no preservation order had been served by prosecutors. Untrue. When Gatani asked Kearney what she should do at the grand jury if asked about the deleted information, Kearney told Gatani to say she did not remember when asked those questions. None of this happened. Kearney then offered Gatani a lawyer and said he'd be willing to pay for it to help her. However, in the same breath, Kearney informed Gatani that he could not trust her any longer, and in turn, she would only be permitted to meet with that lawyer with Kearney present. What? That never happened. She declined all these offers. Right. On December 24th, Kearney reported the A&B and witness intimidation to Lieutenant Brian Tully at around 11 a.m. After talking to Krusty on the phone for 2 hours. She talks to Tully the next day, Christmas Eve. Tully called Medfield police, who then called Kearney and informed her they would be visiting her apartment. Imagine this is how you're spending your Christmas Eve with your kids. The Medfield police are coming over and you're making up a lie about being assaulted. Like, who? Oh. At that point, Medfield police took a report. A bolo was issued for Kearney and an emergency restraining order was sought by Kearney and granted. On December 26th, he turned himself in and was sentenced to 90 days in jail. On January 8th, the order was extended for a year. She testified before the grand jury. On February 23rd, he was released after 60 days and indicted on 2 new charges. On February 24th, Kearney violated the restraining order and was charged accordingly. She leaves out the fact that, oh yeah, there was also a trial and he was acquitted for that. Like, that whole thing was a setup that was orchestrated by Krusty Panties, Paul O'Keefe, and the fake victim herself as a ploy to have me removed from the courtroom. That's what that was. On February 28th, she was summoned to the Medfield police regarding a false accusation that Kearney wiretapped him by recording sex without consent via home security cameras. So, obviously, I'm no stranger to the camera, okay? And, but I have one rule with that, right? You got to let me know the camera's on. That's my only rule. You can't have a hidden camera because I don't want, like, you know, I don't want anything but my best performances to be on camera, okay? So you can't film me without my consent. I mean, just ask me. I'll probably say yes, but like, just ask, you know? So yeah, you got to get the good side, Laura. Exactly. That's it. So you got to get the good side. So she tells me on October 20th, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, don't be mad at me. I had a Ring camera in the room and here's the video. And she goes, it's hot. Sends it to me. And I'm like, I give it the fire emoji or something like that. I don't know what I did. Okay. I expressed my pleasure over this video, even though I thought it was kind of creepy that she didn't tell me about it. Okay. So, I go to I'm like, wait a minute. I'm charged with wiretapping her. She wiretapped me. So I go to the police and I show them this video. They have to take it in as evidence. I mean, the Medfield police have so many sex tapes of Turtleboy. It's fucking crazy. And they take the report and they tell me Dylan Haldeman is the detective who took this. He's the one being sued now. And they seem to agree that this is wiretapping. And they go, yeah, clearly you didn't know. She says in writing that you didn't know. So that's wiretapping. And so they refer the case to the Norfolk County DA's office. And I never hear back from the Norfolk County DA's office. So they had, surprisingly, the Norfolk County DA's office did not charge her. Okay. So, that's that story. So I go there to report her for this. And they call her to hear her version of the story. And she says that during the interview, police demanded to view all intimate videos and photos on her phone of Kearney and Kearney. No, they did not. The Medfield police can't just be like, show us all your nudes right now. We want to see every time you guys fucked on camera, show it to us right now. No, that's not how it works. Demanded. Which she provided under duress. So she's like, the Medfield police victimized her by forcing her to show sex videos. Okay. In explaining examples of Kearney's own secret recordings, Kearney described the October 14th assault, along with 2 other occasions in which he had recorded Kearney during a sexual act. Kearney mentioned that the recording from October 14th stood out due to events of that night. She then described the events of the night to the Medfield police officers. At that point, police paused the interview. And informed her that she had just described a sexual assault. That is not what the police report says. Okay. The police are like, whoa. Time out. You just described a grape. You were raped. So she's saying that the police told her that she was raped. In reality, she got confronted with evidence that she had wiretapped me. And as a defense mechanism, she was like, but he raped me. And by the way, why is she mentioning it now? Why didn't she mention it on December 14th when Tully spoke with her? Or even better, why did she not mention it when she applied for a restraining order against me that she got? Because you know what the easiest way to get an RO is? Say that the guy raped you. That's like the easiest way to get an RO. She doesn't mention it when she had the chance. Doesn't mention it until she's in a jam, until she's in trouble. She begged them not to pursue charges due to fear of retaliation, including Kearney's threats to release intimate videos. What? Kearney was never charged with wiretapping. Yeah, by the Norfolk DA's office. So she, first of all, I've never, ever once threatened to release any videos. I do not want, that is not in my best interest because I'm in the videos. You know what I mean? I don't want that shit out there. Who would want, you know what I mean? Like, she clearly wants that out there. I don't. So let me see here. This is another wild thing that happened. Hold on. Let me look for this. Okay. Like this, you got to see this tweet from Grande. I can't believe this happened. So this is, what's the date on this? March 21st. So the state legislature passed a revenge porn law on March 21st. We're like the last state in the country to have one of these. It was legal. And I've been the victim of that before, but it was legal when Leah Genduso did it to me. It was perfectly legal. So she has never been the victim of revenge porn. I have, because Leah Genduso sent videos of me to Krusty Panties, who published them on Discord and distributed them to people. And we have proof of that. But that was not illegal for her to do that. See what I'm saying? Because there was no law against it. So this is So they have, the state legislature passes this law, and there's a big press conference at the State House for it. All the media is there. Okay. And Grande writes the following: at last, by no means least, remarks from Lindsay Gattani, the survivor in the Dr. Turtleboy domestic violence RO case, who broke her silence to speak publicly for the first time today. And then he says, "You're my hero, Lindsay. I'm so proud of you." So her, Krusty, and Grande crashed the State House. Okay? They show up at the State House knowing that this revenge porn law has been passed today. And they're like, there's going to be media there. So she shows up with a pre-written speech and jumps up in front of the podium and delivers a speech about thanking the state legislature for working with her to get this law passed. She had nothing to do with this law. She is not the victim of revenge porn. I never shared any videos of us at all. She wishes, quite frankly. I think she would love nothing more than that, but I would fucking never. Ew. And because I mean, this is her only claim to fame in life, is like, I got plowed by Turtleboy for 2 months and I want the world to fucking know about it. I'm going to get credit for that. So she's like, shows up at the State House to deliver the speech. She sees a fucking podium and just jumps in front of it. It is like Estey. Yeah. just jumps in front of the fucking podium. She has nothing to do with this at all. And the media, as you're going to see, is going to be like, who are you? So here we go.
I'm here today to break my silence for the first time.
Break my silence.
I'm going to read through your statement. To begin, thank you, Madam Senate President, Mr. Speaker, members of the Senate, and members of the House. Your bold action to ban revenge porn and coercive.
I love how she says, I'm breaking my silence. Like anybody. Oh, everyone's just waiting to hear from whoever the fuck you are. Like what?
Control has given me the confidence to stand here today, and for that I am eternally grateful. So many of us over recent years have heard the phrase, revenge porn is legal in Massachusetts. It's been thrown around as if this is somehow an excuse for weaponizing the most intimate moments of a person's life as a form of emotional control and abuse. But today, lawmakers in both houses of this esteemed body have spoken with a unified voice and made clear that revenge porn is no longer legal in Massachusetts.
So I love how she like thanks Madam Speaker or Mr. Speaker or Madam President. She like met with them, whatever. Now, look who has entered the picture in the back. There's Krusty Panties, who again distributed revenge pornography of yours truly in 2021 that was sent to her by Leah Genduso. Okay? The original LG. And, you know, solos, of course. No duets, just the solo ones. It was only when she sent Krusty. All right. And that sucked. That was embarrassing. I mean, I think it worked out in the end, but at the time, it was not fun to have that out there. You know, you're like, fuck, well, my life, this is humiliating. Like, this is horrible. There's no coming back from this. I'm like, but then it's like, whatever. Nobody cares. Anyway, it still sucked to go through. I don't want to minimize that. But so Krusty has distributed revenge porn of me, and she is now here supporting this woman who is pretending to be the victim of revenge porn. And for some reason is giving a speech at the State House in front of all the news cameras over something that has nothing to do with her. Like, this is like, how is this? This is so psycho. And there's Krusty.
And survivors like myself,
Survivors.
are the ones who can now hold our heads high into
There's Krusty.
defiance of anyone who might seek to use revenge porn as a weapon. I want to stress, though, every day that passes before this bill is formally becomes law is for further agony for survivors. I encourage the Compromise Committee to get this legislation across the finish line as soon as possible. I heard it said once that
How is this real?
whenever we stand against the flow of opinion on hotly contested issues, a woman does what she must, in spite of the personal consequences and dangers and pressures, for that is the basis of all human morality.
What?
If those words from a great human being who himself changed history still stand for anything, it is a profound principle that will be embodied when this legislation is quickly signed into law. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to use my voice. And I just want to let you know I cannot take any questions at this time, but I just want to thank everyone for allowing me.
I cannot take any questions at this time. People are like, I have a question. Who the fuck are you? What? Like, what?
Can you just say your name again and spell it?
Can you just say your name again? People are like, who are you?
Lindsay Gattani.
But I will gladly say my name. And why is she saying her name? Why does she give her name? And why does she spell it? Because she wants these people to search her name, and then I'm going to come up. That's why she wants, because she is implying that I sent revenge porn out of her, which never happened. This has never happened to her before at all.
Lindsey, and Gattani is Gaetani. Thank you.
That, I mean, think of how freaking crazy you have to do. I mean, just to do something, to take part in something like that, like unbelievable. Anyway, back to this. In the following days and weeks, Gattani informed her victim advocate and Medfield police that she had changed her mind and wished to cooperate with the criminal process. So she's like, psych, I do want to charge him with grape. She also provided video and text message evidence to the Medfield police. The police confirmed receipt of that evidence and Gattani's desire to pursue charges, but provided no updates. So she shows them the video of me, and I don't know what the report says. They give like a play-by-play. They're like, well, he's really giving it to her hard there, and the fridge was shaking around, and oh boy, that guy can really plow. Look at him. There's a lot of stuff like that in there. But they point out that at no point does she lose consciousness, or are there any signs of severe inebriation on the part of either of them? Like, it's just two people fucking, like, that's all it was, like, in a fridge. So it goes on to say, he publicly announced on YouTube that Medfield police were investigating him for grape, calling it a lie. This was the first public mention of the allegation initiated by Kearney himself. That is such a lie. Grant, was accusing me of graping her publicly, and I addressed it. I'm like, this dude, accused me of graping her, and he says there's, an open police investigation. I don't know what he's talking about. It's, insane. On August 8th, an individual using the name Hailey Walbrick posted the Gattani Files Part 3, outlining online, including an unredacted confidential police report of her assault allegation. So that is exhibit. Which one is that? See exhibit F or exhibit E. What does exhibit E show? Oops. Stop drawing. Okay. Exhibit E. What is that? That's exhibit A. She's got fucking post-it notes. What is exhibit E? Oh, there's exhibit E. Okay. So apparently she couldn't scan these things. Look at this. So all right, look at this. So Gattani stated that Kearney informed, this is a little blurry, but I don't know if you can read it or not. But Jason Broyles publishes this. And this police report has all these messages between us. Look at these messages. Okay. It says, actually, before we read those, let's read the actual messages. You want to read again, this is where disclaimer. It's about to get a little R-rated in here. Okay. So let's see the Glare shared these the other day. You might've seen them. You gave him permission to share them, but this gets a little racy. Okay. So let me pull these up. Give me 1 sec. There they are. All right. So this is October 15th, the day afterwards. This is what she messages me. All right. So she says, I'm so sorry, Aidan. Aside from being utterly humiliated at how I acted and treated you, that's like her. Remember, she was like yelling at me, calling me mean things. I just realized I could have even caused more problems for you making a scene like that. It's easy to understand why I have no one that cares about me. I'm going to do you a favor and disappear for your life. I'm sorry. See, this is manipulative. This is her, she's saying this because she wants me to be like, oh no, I don't want that at all. You didn't do anything wrong. Sure, you're a crazy bitch, but also I did crazy. That's her. Nobody cares about me. Oh, boo-hoo. This is just manipulation. And I go, I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I don't really care. I really didn't care because I was willing to put up with that because I just didn't give a shit, to be perfectly honest with you. When you're into that shit, when you're into crazy, I dug it too. It wasn't my fantasy to finger blast someone at a bar. But it wasn't, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't having a good time. Right. So I was digging crazy too. You know? So like, what the fuck did I care? Like, that was what I was saying. So there's that. And the next one, okay, she goes, did I refuse to give you roadhead last night? I go, yeah, I think that's what set you off, actually. You're kidding me. Like, remember, she's saying that I like forced her to give her roadhead. And I'm like, yeah, I think you're kidding me. I go, it's the only thing I could think of. Because you were also really mad that woman asked to take a picture of me, I think. But it's fine. I don't want to dwell on it. Although I would have liked roadhead. Because who wouldn't? So I said, you know, I don't want to dwell on it because it's like, I don't really care about you. Like, it's like, I'm not going to marry you anyway. So I don't want to spend less talk, more roadhead. You know, that's the way I viewed it. Then she goes, I didn't think those were the reasons. Really? And then she goes, it sounds very, again, disclaimer. It sounds very uncharacteristic of me to miss out on an opportunity to have the intimidator in my mouth. That would have been hot, she says. I go, very uncharacteristic, especially after you got fingered into oblivion. Okay. So this is what she's saying. Now remember that, because we go back to the police report here. And I know it's a little blurry because for some reason she took a picture instead of scanning it. But it says here, okay. I go, it's fine. I don't want to dwell on it, although I would have liked roadhead. And then I don't think those were the reasons, really. Look what message has been deleted. So this is the Medfield Police Department looking at her phone and transcribing her messages. Notice what text message is not there. There is no text message there that says, it sounds rather uncharacteristic of me not to have your cock in my mouth. That is not appearing on here. Okay. So where did that one go? She literally deleted it because she didn't want the police to see that one, because they'd be like, oh, you're just a whore. Okay, whatever. Like, who cares? You know? So she deletes that one. Like, she's withholding that from the police. Anyway, that conversation goes on to further exonerate me, because she goes on to say, again, disclaimer. Okay. You're so effing hot. Again, I have to show this now. I don't want to show this, but I have to show that I didn't grape her. She's claiming I raped her, and I'm suing her because she's lying, and the proof is in the pudding. So she goes, you're so effing hot. Yes, you most definitely do. I love watching you F me. I still don't understand how you effed me upside down, though. I hate that I was too drunk to even enjoy or remember you fingering me at the bar. I said, oh, you don't remember? I did it for 20 minutes. First of all, this is a lie. She remembers every second of this. She's just embarrassed by the fact that she said all of those really mean things to me, and she's trying to act like, oh, I was so drunk. That's so unlike me to say, be a fucking crazy bitch like that. That's so uncharacteristic of me. I'm a really good person. It's like, no. And then I explain the upside down thing, how it's a move I have. It is what it is. You know, some of us are just talented, whatever. Okay. And so I explain that. And then, how did no one notice? I'm so mad. So look what she says here. She goes, I'm so mad at myself. You make one of my fantasies come true, and I don't even have a memory of it. Okay. And then she goes, send me a video when you get the chance. So I do. Okay. And there's that. So this is a person who now, does that sound like a grape victim? Doesn't sound like one to me. And first of all, Higgy, that's how it's done, my dude. That's how you like, bro. I should have just been like Higgins, like, so do you is this the real deal? Fake victim? I want the real deal. I should have told them. We're from the same neck of the woods. We're from the same, I feel like we're from the same neighborhood. Imagine how differently that would have gone if I was Higgins. Oh my gosh. Anyway, back to this. I can't believe they were talking about this. This is crazy. I want the real deal, not the fake shit. On or about 2024, and prior to releasing the unredacted sexual report, Jason Broyles posted the Kearney files. Okay. Big deal. Not illegal. These blogs and statements made by Broyles contained numerous false statements about Kearney, including but not limited to accusations of fraud, false statements about her being a fake victim. Oh no. Of domestic violence, fabricating her sexual assault. She's also now saying she's a victim of Robert Cosgrove and Brian Tully and Michael Morrissey. Like, so she's literally proving to them that she is in fact a fake victim. Broyles defamed her, said she's not a victim, blah, blah, blah. She suffered emotional distress because of Jason Broyles, reputational damage. Kearney admitted that he provided the Hailey report for posting. Even if I did, who cares? It's anyone can look at that report. It's a police report. She acts like the unredacted rape report, except it's not a rape report because no rape happened. People called her a slam pig who got railed from behind. Who does this to themselves? What? I mean, I've called people worse, and it's kind of accurate. Anyway, crop screenshots. Okay, those actions further tormented Kearney. She emailed Tully on November 12th of this year regarding further harassment, inquiring about the lack of charges or updates on the assault investigation. There was no response from Tully. I can't tell you how satisfying that is to me. Tully ghosted her. She emailed Tully so many times, and he just stops responding to her. Like, she's a fucking moron. I mean, I told her that on Christmas Eve. I'm like, these guys are just going to fuck you over, right? Like, what were you thinking going to them? Like, these people are framing Karen Reed for murder. Are you crazy? What do you think they're going to do to you? You trust these guys? They're just going to use you. Why would you want? What are you thinking? And she's like, I know. Oh, yeah, it was stupid of me. Big mistake. Blah, blah, blah. Now she's like surprised when they're just like, yeah, we just needed you to put him in jail. You're kind of useless to us now. And you call way too much. At the same time, like, they encourage this. Like, this is the beast that they created by even humoring this lunatic. On November 15th, she emailed them again, forwarding screenshots from a woman named Christina Machete, who I wrote about, who had been a former acquaintance of Kearney, showing Kearney's messages falsely describing the assault video, claiming that Kearney was standing and yelling explicit phrases, which was untrue. What? And threatening Machete for believing Kearney. So footnote 13 would be see Exhibit I. What does Exhibit I show? My messages with Christina. Christina Machete's like, I wrote about her. She's a former turtle writer who like accused me of, she's like, did you rape her? And I'm like, bitch, I ain't raped shit. How could I rape somebody? And I go, I think these are the messages. Yeah, here's the messages with Christina. I think he did tell me about Lindsay, though. Please don't share. Then they share. If you're getting it while you're standing up and she's calling you daddy, it's not rape. That's a fact. So this is my conversation with Christina Machete. I go, she remembers it all, and the video doesn't lie. And she goes, how can the video tell if she was blacked out or not? Because she's standing up against the fridge yelling, fuck me, daddy. And she goes, I'm not an asshole. I'm not. But why does screaming, fuck me, daddy, make it consensual? Is that the stupidest question you've ever heard? How does saying, fuck me, daddy, make it consensual? I've never heard of anything more consensual than somebody saying on tape, fuck me, daddy. Like, that is the most consensual thing I've ever. That's like the definition of consent. It's like there's no blurring of anything here. It's like, there's no like, oh, was it enthusiastic consent? That's like the definition of enthusiastic consent. When one person yells, fuck me, daddy. That's not, I mean, these people. And how could you say that if you were blacked out? If you were fucking passed out? What? I mean, this is insane. So that's the Christina Machete text message. On November 27th, no response was provided by Tully. So she shows her the Christina Machete messages and Tully doesn't do anything. Right. Exactly. And the Medfield police informed Kearney that all future reports were to be directed to Tully. The Medfield police have had enough of her. And they're like, bro, I wonder if the Medfield police feel bad about arresting me on Christmas Eve. Because ultimately they're the ones that arrested me. I guess they had to because of how domestic violence laws work. But I know they felt bad. A couple of them said something to me. And, you know, it sucks. You know, like this is their small town. I had to come to their fucking small town. They're probably like, what the fuck's Turtleboy doing in Medfield? But yeah, I mean, they tell her to fuck off, basically. Go bring it to Tully. Tully just doesn't get back to her. And she's like, why isn't anyone listening to me, bitch? Because nobody believes anything she says. She detailed further harassment to Tully, including threats from Broyles, and a YouTube video where Kearney threatened to sue anyone calling him a rapist, depose them, and use it against them in criminal cases. I threatened to sue someone for defaming me? Oh, no. Kearney expressed terror and reluctance to testify, a.k.a. she's trying to get Tully to charge me with witness intimidation. Oh, he's causing me emotional harm, and I don't want to testify. She emailed Tully multiple times, and no response was ever provided. He just ghosted her. On January 7th, the renewal was denied. Things are not looking up for her. He falsely claimed that her fundraiser was fraudulent and that she only paid her lawyer $1,500 of an $8,000 that was charged. In fact, she paid the lawyer in question $6,500 and was refunded $1,500 from the balance owed to her. What does any of this have to do with anything? She then retained a second lawyer and used the $1,500. Okay, who cares? What does any of this have to do with? This is a lot. Like, why would you include any of this in there? Kearney's false statements about her legal fees and fundraising were published to a wide audience, which impugned her integrity and accused her of fraud. Oh, yes. Before that, her integrity was top-notch. She suffered emotional distress, medical expenses, therapy. Oh, right. Being called out is lying is so hard. At undated points, Kearney falsely told a Boston Magazine reporter who accompanied him to the Medfield police. No Boston Magazine reporter accompanied me to the Medfield Police Department. That Kearney illegally recorded him without consent, leading to his bogus wiretapping complaint. Detective Haldeman later refused additional evidence and blamed the DA for improperly. No, on another occasion, Medfield police cited insufficient prongs for date rape charges. What does that mean? Insufficient prongs, aka they watched the tape and said that's not rape. Detective Haldeman later refused additional evidence. Babysitter screenshots and witnesses' name. What the fuck? Our babysitter? What? Because what is she talking? How is that relevant? And blamed the DA for improperly releasing the unredacted report. AKA, they said, bitch, we didn't give him the police report. The DA's office did. They had to. I mean, this is insane. We're getting a message yet. Let me see. Do I have static again? Usually that's it. I did the ticket giveaway, didn't I? Erica, I did it. Erica's texting me to release it. Okay. All right. This goes on to say, then in 2025, Medfield police yet again changed course and it said the rape investigation was still open. The status of that rape investigation, to her best knowledge, first of all, they said it was open. So in other words, they told her, if you have any like evidence that he raped you, bring it on in. It never closes. They're not like, oh, you have to show us you're a victim by this date or else it's over. Like they tell him, like, yeah, this is just a way of humoring her. And she's like, this is serious. This is ongoing. The status of that rape investigation. And by the way, the Medfield police have never once asked me about any of this. So I don't think it's much of an investigation. The status of the investigation is still open as of this date, but she hasn't heard from them since January 13th, 2025. Okay. Sure she did. Gattani only went public to counter Kearney's lies about her as a fake victim after he disclosed the allegation and spread the report. His actions, including the assault, threats, public disclosures, false accusations, blah, 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 causing her severe emotional distress. Okay, malice, blah, blah, blah. She went to the Medfield police and was denied a copy of her own report. Reports of rape and sexual assault are confidential and not public records. It's not a public record. It was given to us in discovery. They must be maintained in a manner to assure confidentiality. Despite the active investigation and confidentiality requirements, Cosgrove improperly released her unredacted sexual assault report. Okay. So now she's blaming Cosgrove. So that's what he did wrong. He released the report. What did Haldeman do wrong? He said it was a screw up. It should not have occurred, even if the investigation were closed, which it's not. Haldeman was involved in the investigation, including interviews, evidence collection, and communication about the report's status, yet failed to prevent or mitigate the improper disclosure. So this dude does his job, gives a report to the DA's office that's been requested of him, and now she's suing him. Lieutenant Tully was directly involved in her initial report on December 14th, in which she never mentioned being raped. Tully ignored multiple emails. Oh, no. Further emails, Tully, his inaction contributed to the ongoing harm and allowed leaks. The counter defendants' actions, releasing the unredacted report and failing to regard against confidentiality, were reckless. Okay. Reputational damage, PTSD, right. I mean, how do you have $5,000 in therapy bills if you got mass health? Like, there's no way she's actually seeing a therapist. They should be fired if she is. The day after, Kearney sent Gattani a video recording of the non-consensual intercourse from the previous night. What? So Kearney is, I sent her. So that's the problem, right? She's saying, is he, again, if you like receipts, who asked for it? Send me the video when you get a chance. There you go. Send me the video when you get a chance. But what did she say here? People act like I don't got receipts. Kearney sent Katani a video after she asked for it. The dissemination was without her permission. What? Without her permission? It's right in the text message. She asks me to send her the fucking video. This is why I'm suing her, because she's a liar. This video was sent during the conversation in which Kearney sent Katani text messages confirming that Kearney knew Katani was too drunk to have sex. I never said that. I didn't know if we should. That's what I said in the messages. I didn't know if we should, because you just berated me the whole way home. And I'm like, because you hate me, apparently. Why would we fuck? Yeah, card. After she attempted this, between October and December, after she attempted to end her relationship with Kearney. What? She says in writing to me multiple times that I dumped her. I attempted to end this so many times, and that's why she had a fake baby to keep me around. Period. That he threatened to commit suicide by throwing himself into traffic because he would not answer her text messages or phone calls. What? Again, I don't know what words I said exactly, but I was extremely depressed because of the fake baby. Like, again, all of this, talk about manipulation. She made me feel extremely depressed due to the fact that she was lying about being pregnant. I can't think of anything more manipulative than that. Like, I cannot think of anything more manipulative than that. But she accuses me of manipulating her. Okay. As a direct result, Katani has incurred further medical expenses. Oh my God, the therapy. Jesus Christ. Hailey Walbrecht goes on and on about what he's doing. He operates Turtleboy Daily News. Okay. Defamatory statements on the platform, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she says I further reputational damage as an uncredible victim. Right. I'm the one that did that, not her. She's not responsible for any of her own problems. He called her a fake victim, which everybody calls her a fake victim. Oh my God. This is just insane. And how about this one? Any alleged losses or harm suffered by Kearney could very well have been a result of his own actions, including his open felony cases. Right. So my reputation could be affected by his sexually charged comments on his media platform, his self-indication as a sex cult leader. So sex cult has entered the chat, and this is just so disingenuous. Again, I call it a sex cult because I'm mocking Krusty says I run a sex cult. So I thought I liked the sound of that. So I make jokes. I don't actually run a sex cult. That it sounds pretty cool. If running a sex cult does sound fun, but I lead a pretty low-key life. I don't have time to run a sex cult, to be perfectly honest with you. Monday, I have my kids here a couple nights a week. Other nights I'm doing my show. When would I even have a fucking sex cult? Like, when would I have an actual fucking sex cult ever. I don't have, there's no sex cults. Okay. It is a lame sex cult. Like, you have to get laid if there's just, like, none of this happens. Anyway, back to this. So she also says that I mock sexual interaction with a children's doll. Like doing the Brian Albert thing, the Brian Albert, Nicole Albert butt dial. His stated preference on air for preferring sexual relations with cats to dogs. No, it was the opposite. I said dogs to cats, and it's a joke. His pronouncement that pedophilia is a kink. I never said that. As long as someone doesn't act on it. And that some women enjoy rape fantasies. They do. Some do. Including her. What? He identified himself as a sex goblin. Oh my God. Again, mocking Krusty. His hostile and unprofessional treatment of viewers. In fact, I yelled at some woman before with the pink hair, and I apologize for that. I do sometimes yell at my own followers. Again, you guys are victims of mine, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so it's my fault. Anyway. So she's charging me with suing me for assault and battery, false imprisonment at the home incident. During his visit to Kearney's house, while spending hours going through her phone, while she was under duress and coercion, Kearney confined Kearney against her will. What? We've all heard the tape. Keep saying I'm trying to leave. Can I please leave? And she's like, you can't leave me. And if you leave me, I'm going to follow you to your house and have a fake abortion of a fake baby in your real driveway. We all heard the tape. And she's saying that I'm confining her to the house. What? Her 4 kids were confining her to the fucking house until they weren't. Oh my God. She suffered emotional distress. Right. Okay. False imprisonment. Okay. Because I made her get in the car with me. Okay. Intentional affliction of emotional distress against all of us. All 5 defendants. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I could just go on and on. We could read this all night. I'm going to close this here and just cut to the fucking chase here. Let's just cut to the chase. So, what is the ramifications of this? So, we have a situation here. She is suing. I mean, just think how crazy this is. She is suing the special prosecutor and the lead detective in a case in which she is a witness, victim, whatever you want to call her. She's suing them. So now it is in their interest to discredit her, right? It is in their interest because they are defendants in a lawsuit. I mean, think of when Cosgrove got served. I would pay any amount of money to see the look on Robert Cosgrove's face when he got served with this. Because, oh boy. Like, he's just like, I just did a whole trial and treated her as a victim and stood up for her. And I take all of her phone calls and all of her emails and I try to keep her happy. And I do all this shit. And I'm saying she's a victim. And now she's suing me. Yeah. Welcome to Lindsay Gattani, Robert Cosgrove. Welcome to my world, my dude. Like, welcome. Like, you should have realized this a long time ago, dude. Like, you did not have to take her case with such, enthusiasm. Let's just put it that way. You didn't have to pursue the charges with fucking misdemeanor. Those were retarded. That was never going to be convicted of that. So, but welcome to my world, Robert Cosgrove. Tully is just a dick and, is just literally using her to put me in jail. And he was succeeded once, and now she's fucking useless, and he can't get her to leave her alone, which I find kind of funny. But he's getting sued too. So now it's in his interest to discredit her as much as possible. So he's going to want to prove that she's a liar, right? Like, that's going to be in his interest to prove that Lindsay Gattani is a liar, which runs in conflict with the fact that he needs her to be credible in order to go against me. So he's got a situation here. Both those two have a major situation on their hands because the popsicle headache they must have got yesterday. So here's my prediction about what's going to happen to this. Mello's already been disqualified from her case. He's going to be disqualified from the McAlbert case too. Cosgrove, I think at this point, if I were him, if I'm looking at this, and I don't know this is a fact, but if I'm looking at this and I'm Cosgrove, I'm saying double dipping's good enough for me. I don't need the triple dip. Like, he's already collecting 2 pensions and making over $200,000. He's old as shit. He don't need this. He did not sign up for this. He thought he was going to assist Mello for temporary basis. And now he's old and he's got handed this case that, holy shit, it's complicated. There's better letters everywhere. We got Mega Motion coming next week. And he's also being sued. He's now being fucking sued. So now he has to get a lawyer and deal with this fucking lawsuit. Like, this is the funniest thing I've ever fucking heard. Like, how is this real life, bro? The fake victim is suing the special prosecutor and the lead detective. Like, they're both going to have to tap out of this thing, which means there's not going to be any more charges. That is the ultimate irony of this, is that she's about to free Turtleboy. That is I don't see how this goes any other way. I don't see how this goes. He can't continue. Cosgrove cannot continue. There is no world in which he continues to prosecute me. He can't do it. His hands are going to be tied. He has no choice because he's got a fucking lawsuit on his hands now. He has to get this dismissed. This takes a long time. I might be a witness for him now in his lawsuit. Bro, she's about to free Turtleboy. And my prediction, so with the Gattani case, that one's done. Those charges are going to be dismissed, which is the fucking ultimate irony here. Is fucking Hurricane Grant shows up. Hurricane Towel, okay? Like, things were not looking good with this already. And then fucking Towel Esquire shows up with his insanity that Plevin and Krusty have recognized a long time ago and have warned her about. Like, don't trust Grant. He's fucking crazy. And she's like, you know who I trust? Grant. Write me this fucking motion, Daddy Grant and Daddy Towel, and fucking, I'm never going to fuck you, but I'm going to kind of make you think that I'm going to fuck you eventually if you keep doing this. And no, I don't like her either. No, we don't like her, Erica. I'm not saying fuck that. We should fuck her. That's the ultimate irony of this, is that she inadvertently freed Turtleboy. Like, in trying to get Turtleboy, she ends up, like, I just can't believe this random welfare queen has this much, like, she created this whole mess and she's about to fucking just blow it up. Like, that's wild to me. And what's even funnier about this is that if this gets Tully, and because this is going to tie into the McAlbert thing, right? With the McAlbert charges. And if Tully, and they're definitely going to be recused from her case. They have to be. They cannot be involved in it any longer. but they might have to recuse themselves from the McAlbert case too. So if that's the case, if Cosgrove taps out of the McAlbert case and Tully taps out of the McAlbert case, then what do they got? They'll never find another special prosecutor to do this. There is no fucking attorney in the world who would sign up for this. After Mega Motion comes out and they're like, wait, what? You know how much you'd have to get fucking paid to do something like this? No. Hank Brennan, this is the one they're all holding on to, is Hank Brennan. Spanky ain't coming either. He's not walking through that door. Spanky is not going to say, these people all think Spanky ditched your asses. Spanky took the money and got the fuck out of there. He wants nothing to do with this, nor can he, because he's got a conflict with me. He can't do it. I've said too much shit about him. He's conflicted. He can't do it. So they can forget about Spanky. No one is walking through that door. I'm telling you. Spanky got embarrassed with the camera. He can't show his face ever again. So trust me, he's not doing it. You're not going to see it. So we could have a situation here where the charges in the McAlbert case end up getting dismissed for lack of prosecution. We're going to have a couple of chances to dismiss this. We're going to have the Mega Motion to dismiss. And we could have, but what I wasn't factoring in was the towel factor. I didn't factor in towel. Here I was thinking Mega Motion was going to save me, and it may. But then Towel showed up, and Towel just dropped a nuclear bomb in this, thinking in his pursuit of losing his virginity to the fake victim, the Towel, who knows nothing about the law or anything, but thinks he does, and is the son of Wendy fucking Murphy, who has made bad legal takes more times than anyone. And that's where he's learned everything about the law from. He shows up thinking that he's going to white knight for a fake victim, get laid, and he drops this fucking lawsuit, which may end all the charges against me. May. I don't know. I don't know for sure that's going to happen. But there is a solid chance now. The charges with Gattani are fucking done. Those ones are without a doubt done. I don't know when those are going to be dismissed, but they cannot. He has to tap out of that. There is no world in which Robert Cosgrove continues to prosecute me for the fake victim stuff. It can't continue. There's no fucking. I've thought about this. There's no possible way that this can continue. None. Even if she dropped the fucking law, it's too late. She's already made the accusations. You can't make this shit up. I'm like, when you think about it, I thought about this a couple times today, just burst out laughing. I'm like, bro, Towel. Fucking Towel comes out of nowhere with this fucking lawsuit and convinced her this was a good idea. This is the biggest gift I've ever gotten. Because the Towel factor. If she had just stuck with Krusty, stuck with the crust, she should have stuck with the crust. If she stuck with the crust, she wouldn't be the lawsuit. Everything would be fine for them. There'd still be charges, no recusal of Cosgrove, whatever. She should have stuck with the crust. Trust the crust, right? Instead, she trusted Towel. Okay. And Towel did what Towel does. Towel came in and just blew that shit up. He just blew it up. We're going to sue the special prosecutor. I can't. And right after Mello's recused, so they can't even be like, save us, Mello. Mello's our only hope. I remember back when they said that, Mello's our only hope. Oh, bro, he's gone because of you. Because you called him because she called him that night of the fucking fake assault. She called Mello, and that got him kicked off. Dude, I'm telling you. So if you're Jennifer McCabe or Chris Albert, and you're sitting there and you're like, we got to get revenge on the turtle with these witness intimidation charges. And then Fucking towel comes in with the fucking fake victim, and the towel shows up. Jennifer McCabe's gonna be sitting there, be like, fucking towel is gonna blow this up for me. Like, I can't even. How is this real life? The fucking towel just blows. Hurricane towel just shows up. I can't. So I don't even know if the September 24th fucking court date's going to happen at this point. Everything just got blown up because of this. The Mega Motion's still going forward. We're still going to publish it next week. We're still going to file it with the court because this is not going to be dropped by then. The Catania charges might be dropped by then. I don't know when those, because he has to recuse himself. There's no other way in which he doesn't recuse himself. So yeah, there's that. All right. Be right back. I got to take a leak real quick, and then we're going to read Turtle Chats, talk about one more thing. Trial I went to today. Be right back. Hold on. Watch a video here. What kind of video? Here's Brett coughing for 2 minutes.
I apologize. I don't. What do you want? Oh, did you already grab your I don't got no supper tonight. Did we get supper? I made lunch stuff, remember? Oh, the breakfast crap. All right. Okay. I'm sorry.
Are you done?
Yeah. I don't know. Are you leaving? Woo.
All right, sorry about that. All right. So anyway, no supper for you, Brett. All right. Anyway, just the towel. I can't. All right. By the way, I went to a trial today, and it was pretty interesting. This trial in Worcester, crazy story I wrote about years ago, actually, involving this guy, Josh Hubert, who is charged with throwing a girl, a 7-year-old girl. I remember I wrote about this story on turtleboysports.com, the precursor to tbdailynews.com, with throwing. Hold on one sec. Yeah, so he's charged with throwing this girl off of a bridge. Okay, his best friend's daughter, in the middle of the night, kidnapped her from her grandparents' house and brought her. The initial charge was that he threw her, just I think choked her and then threw her off the bridge. Like, the whole thing made no sense to me. That was my take on it back then. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And like, how did this girl survive? Anyway, so I wrote about him, and his girlfriend, the girl in the picture, she testified today. I saw her testify. So anyway, that was 2017. All right. And The guy is not well liked. I mean, to do that to a 7-year-old. And then he was supposed to go to trial in 2019 and it didn't happen. And then in 2022, he was indicted for raping the girl, raping her. But the girl's underwear didn't have any DNA that she wore that night, didn't have any of his DNA on it, but it did have her father's semen on it. Okay. And I was in court today. Yesterday was the first day of the trial in Worcester Superior Court. And who testified? The girl testified. The girl is 15 years old now. And she said she has not talked to her father in 5 years. She sent him an email when she was 10 years old saying, I don't ever want to talk to you again. So they have not talked in 5 years. But she also testified that he did not grape her. And I heard she was a good witness. Court TV was not allowed to live stream it. They were denied. The prosecution filed a motion to keep cameras out of the courtroom. So, oh yeah, she lived. The girl's alive. She swam to the fucking shore. She's 7. Kidnapped in the middle of the fucking night and then dropped off the 290 bridge and swam to the Shrewsbury side. That body of water like separates Shrewsbury from Worcester. So she swam to the Shrewsbury side and went to some guy's fucking yard. I went there today, actually. So I go to court to like sit down on this today because I want to watch it because it's not being streamed. And I mean, just check this out. I mean, this is like, I went there, and being the reporter I am, this is a private property. So the jurors are at the neighbor's house doing a viewing, and I couldn't get there because the Shrewsbury police were there. So I just go and I speak to the neighbor, and where this is it.
About 22 years ago. I used to swim every day across the lake and back, and I haven't gone swimming in here in 10 years because of all that.
Yeah, I've lived in Worcester my whole life. I've never once swam in this place.
The rowing regatta is the starting line usually right here.
Right.
That's where I built this guy.
This guy's old timer.
So it's like 80 feet, probably. How far out? Like,
Yeah, I'd say we could go about 15, 20 feet out.
Okay.
Maybe 30 feet. And then it just drops. So.
And she fell around there, you think?
80 feet.
She probably fell around there.
Well, yeah, so I'm thinking because of the, and she was only 7, right?
Yeah, she's only 7.
And if you go around the bend on the other side of the bridge, there's a small house over there. That's where she went.
Oh, that's where she ended up?
Yeah, where she ended up. Because they were kind of surprised.
That's right.
About 22 years ago.
Yeah, there's an island in Lake Quinsigamon called Busta Rhymes Island. It's down on the other side, past the Route 9 bridge. This is where actually like world-class crew racing happens on this lake, actually. And anyway, so I'm like, all right, fuck it. It's very convenient in Worcester. I'm like, oh, Worcester, that's fucking great. Awesome. I'll definitely go to a trial there. And I love going to Worcester Superior Courthouse. Worcester Superior Courthouse is fucking nice. It is the nicest courthouse in the state by far. And everyone should check it out because it's really cool in there. Is the way the architect, the way it's built, it's fucking awesome. I love going to that courthouse. And so I sat in on the trial. And I get there, the dad is under cross-examination, and he's asked about, dude, it was so uncomfortable and awkward. It was just so, the dad looked like, I don't want to, judge a book by its cover, but you look at this guy and you're like, oh yeah, I could totally picture that guy being a diddler. Like little guy, probably like 5'6", 5'7", 140 pounds, soaking wet, not dressed appropriately, just didn't have like a jacket on or anything. It just looked like he's like, probably doesn't ever get dressed up ever. Like I picture this guy wearing a lot of flannel. I don't know. You just look at this guy and you're like, okay. And then he's testifying like he was best friends with this guy who kidnapped his fucking daughter. He was married at the time. He has since been divorced in 2020. The mother was there today with the new boyfriend or whatever, and they live with the daughter, and this guy apparently doesn't see her at all. And he was asked about that. Like, do you have any custodial rights to your daughter? He's like, well, if I ask her mom, I can see her. It's like, but you don't, right? You don't ever talk to her. He's like, no, like something's up there. He has not talked to his daughter in 5 years. Okay. And they go, how did your semen get on her Olaf underpants? When they mentioned that in court, Josh Hubert had some supporters there today. They were like, what the fuck? When they mentioned the Olaf underpants, it's like, what the fuck? How did your semen get on her underpants? And he's like, well, it's either it was in the laundry with mine. That's what the mother suggested, that because the mother also defended the father and said that the sperm could have gotten mixed in the laundry some fucking how, right? Obviously, the mother wants to blame Josh Hubert. And again, Josh Hubert, I don't think he raped her. There's no fucking evidence, I think, that he raped her. None. The dad also said that the police asked if they could do a rape test on the daughter, a rape kit test, and he said no. He said no. He denied it. And so anyway, he testifies that, so the mother thinks Josh Hubert raped her daughter. Okay. But the dad semen, I think she just doesn't want to come to terms with it. She definitely thinks her daughter got raped, but she thinks it was by Josh Hubert. I don't think it was by Josh Hubert, but I do think Josh Hubert threw her off the fucking bridge because the evidence seems to like they got surveillance video of him in a fucking car with her, like out, like they got tons of evidence on this guy. So the whole story's fucking weird. The dad's semen is on the freaking underpants, but this guy apparently threw off the fucking bridge. What the fuck's going on here? Like and then the 7-year-old Superman who fucking swam to the shore. Like, what is going on here? Yeah, no one knew about it until 2020. Like the indictment for the rape didn't happen until 2020. The crazy story. And so the guy's on the stand today and he's under cross-examination and he's just like, what'd he say? He said something to the effect of, how did your semen get on there? And he's like, well, I masturbate in the bathroom sometimes. So he's like, so let me get this straight. So this attorney, Kevin Larson from Holden, and he's like, impressive attorney. And he's like, so you masturbate in the bathroom. Okay. And the hamper is outside the bathroom. Okay. So does this bathroom have towels in it? Yep. Okay. Does it have like washcloths or hand towels or anything like that? Yep. Does it have any tissues in this bathroom or toilet paper? And he's like, yep. And I'm like, oh, I see where he's going with this. He's like, so there's plenty of cum rags around, you know, it's also a fucking toilet. You could just jizz in the fucking toilet if you want to. There's a million, and then he's like, so you ejaculated in the bathroom and yet your semen ended up on her Olaf underpants, which were in the hamper, which was outside of the bathroom. And he's just like, yeah. Like you're listening to this guy and you're like, this guy is fucking, well, something's up here with this guy. Like the look on the jurors' faces, which was, by the way, was 16 white people, 10 men. And I've never seen in a Worcester County jury, you know how fucking hard, and the defendant's black, whatever, for whatever that's worth. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is crazy. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, what is happening? I kind of want to go to the trial again tomorrow. But what else happens? So yeah, he says that doesn't mean, and then he goes, and then the attorney goes, but you also gave another theory about how the semen could have ended up on the Olaf underpants. What was that theory? He's like, well, that I had sex with my wife in the bathroom. And she testified that had happened too. I think she did. But he said that, you know, I had sex with her in the bathroom. Okay. So then he's like, so how could you have sex with your wife in the bathroom and then the sperm gets on the underpants? And this is actual testimony. He goes, so let's review this. Okay. So you say you ejaculated in the bathroom. Okay. Right. And we agree then that sperm comes out of your penis. And he's like, yes. Okay. So you took your penis out in the bathroom and you made yourself ejaculate in the bathroom. And then it ended up outside in the hamper. Like, what the fuck is happening right now? I'm like, it was the most awkward thing. I was in the courtroom for Bukkake twice, and this was much more awkward because this was like serious. Bukkake was funny. It was funny when Julie Albert did that. Everything about the Kearney case was entertaining and funny. This shit wasn't funny. This shit was cringe. It was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And you're just looking at this guy. You're like, bro, that guy, no one would be surprised if they found out. If you saw this guy's face on the news tomorrow, be like, this guy was arrested for kiddie porn. You'd be like, that checks out. You know, that definitely checks out. So anyway, I don't know. But the girl testified that he didn't do that. The girl who hasn't talked to her dad in 5 years, you know, is what it is. So there's no cameras in there. There's no Zoom. I'm going to the Wilbur tomorrow. So, you know, I can try to, I wouldn't be able to stay long if I went, but anyway, that's just a wild story. So, yeah, she's out on bail. No, but it's confusing. So the guy with the sperm, it's not the guy, it's not the defendant. Again, I don't know what's up with the defendant. I don't know what his defense is going to be for throwing her off the fucking bridge. I don't know what that is about, you know, but who the fuck knows? Like, was the dad in on it? Like, and they asked him today too. They go, under cross-examination, they were like, the defense attorney's like, so you told the police you didn't want to do a rape kit on her, right? He's like, yes. He goes, and that's because you didn't want them to find that you had sex with her. And objection sustained, you know, but it was just fucking heavy, man. It was crazy. The mother admitted to putting dirty clothes on her. Like, that's crazy, man. I don't know. This whole case is nuts. But anyway, let me read some turtle chats here. All right. Leanne. Holy shit. Leanne sends $500. Jesus Christ. Thanks, Leanne. She goes, I missed the Glares fundraiser, but better late than never. Love you, doctor. Jeez. I love you too, Leanne. Jeez Louise. I love you a lot. Love you a long time. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And thank you for watching my program. Courtney, just south of History Bolton, sends $50 and says, hey, Daddy, please shout out my 23-year-old daughter, Olivia, who just received her master's degree in teaching with the 4.0 GPA. This is her second year teaching 7th grade ELA. Good luck on Friday, and your Tennessee fans love you. Well, you're the only 10 I see, Courtney, and congratulations to your daughter. She sounds very smart, but wouldn't recommend teaching. I mean, somebody's got to teach, but, you know, trust me. Wouldn't recommend it. Just put it that way. No, she'll do great. She'll do great. All right, next up. Hot Mess Jess sends $20, goes, hey, Dr. Daddy, I'm a little behind in your YouTube presentation, but my vote is no haircut. You'll lose your glow. Interesting. What did no haircut has 45% of the vote. And 33% say just a little on the sides. I'm not going to say that will factor in, but we'll see. I do appreciate your input, so thank you very much. Don Mason sends $25 and says, listen, Turtle, how about a hearty birthday wish for my daughter, Julie? Happy birthday, Julie. She's a kick-ass Air Force veteran, a recent college grad, and the best kid any dad could ever want. Also, I speak for us both. us both when I say free Turtleboy. Well, she sounds like a great daughter. Happy birthday, Julie. Appreciate that. Michael Higgins sends $100 and goes, the Falmouth cops decided the public really needed to know that my son Owen, who was a 17-year-old passenger in a car driven by his buddy James that crashed, killing both of them, Jesus Christ, had THC in his system. Apparently, you thought like I did that the chief was a cunt for releasing that needless information and blasted him. Coincidentally, this began my awareness of your program with my wife, and I have very much enjoyed ever since. Thanks again. Oh my God. Was your son one of the hockey players? Do I remember that right? Hold on. My son Owen, who was a 17-year-old passenger. Wow, the crash killing them both. Oh, that was the Falmouth hockey story, wasn't it? Hold on. Darren McDonald. Am I getting this right? Did I? Wait, what am I? Is that the right story? I am so bad with, hold on. Falmouth hockey. Hold on. I'm almost. Speeding and crash, right? Or no? Oh, that was in 2016. Hold on. That was a long time ago, brother. Hold on. So this would have been on Turtleboy Sports. Hold on. Turtleboy. Owen Higgins. Yes. Oh my God. I forgot about this story. This is so long ago. Mainstream media. This is 2017. Mainstream media tries to tarnish names of Falmouth High School hockey players who died in car accidents by blaming it on weed. Yes, I forgot about this fucking story. This was so fucking sad. I remember this when these two poor kids died in a car accident. And damn. Oh, that's when Gaffney used to advertise on my website too. When he used to advertise on my website. But anyway, man. Oh, dude. So sorry about your son, man. But that's when you first started following me. Wow, that's fucking crazy. Because I ripped apart the people that were smearing your son. Wow. It's like, who cares? I remember that. Why would they release that information? Exactly. It's just so fucking irrelevant. Oh, he had THC in his system. So what? Oh, so he's a bad person? Oh, man, that's horrible. Anyway, they're in my prayers, Michael. I can't imagine what that's like, but God bless your son. Lisa Marie sends $10 and goes, I'm driving 6 hours Friday to see you. Can't wait. It will be fantastic. Remember what you said the other day. We already know and love you and don't need you to win us over. Thank you. I appreciate that. You and Auntie Deb got this. Congratulations. Thanks for always speaking the truth, and see you Friday. Well, thank you, Lisa Marie. I appreciate that. Nania King sends $10, goes, is Tully going to be held accountable for giving the fake victim a grand jury summons? What do you think? Tully wasn't accountable for framing a woman for murder. I think he'll get away with that one. Keelan sends $9 and says, don't quit. I listen and learn. You are the best. Please leave your hair alone. Gee, sorry. Okay. Elizabeth sends $10, goes, Dr. Turtle, I might be wrong, but I thought she only knew about the roadhead situation because you told her later. Didn't she remember nothing about the night? And how does she know she tried to flee? As an actual survivor of domestic violence, she's disgusted. That's such a great point. I think that Susie brought up too. And it's like, so you blacked out, you don't remember anything, but you remember the situation that I don't even remember because I don't think it ever happened, in which you got out of my car and two people tried to coerce you into their car, and somehow I'm the dangerous one. You remember that, but you don't remember anything else. Okay. You don't remember getting fingered into oblivion at the bar. Okay. $5 from Emily and says, please talk about Chris Albert's whiny boy 911 call about two men standing outside with signs. Were they charged with anything? I haven't quite followed that story yet. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me bring that up. John Como, who I can't stand, posted this. What's he? Dixie Normus? Is that what he goes by? What's John's Twitter? I don't even know. I don't know what his Twitter is. I don't follow him, so he won't come up if I search. Anyone know what John's Twitter? There's like a million Dixie Normuses on Twitter, so I can't find. He posted it on his Twitter. Yeah, I know. There's like a million. If you search Dixie Normus on Twitter, you're going to find a lot. There's a lot of Dixie Normus. Like it's a blue check mark, Dixie Normus. There's a lot of Dixie Normus. I mean, some of these accounts you definitely don't want to click on. I know you guys keep saying Dixie Normus. I know that. Canton Chronicle. This is a funny audio, though. That's what they call their channel, the Canton Chronicle? Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right, here we go. This is a funny video. Hold on, show this. So he reported two people, Rich Schiffer and another guy named Eric. Thank you. He called the cops on them, and you'll see why. Listen to this. This was like a month or so ago.
Fucking Channel 7 walking in here, bro.
Getting police, Sergeant Anderson, recorded line.
Hey, how you doing, sir? So I'm calling from Deanie Pizza, 618 Washington Street, and I have two gentlemen in front of my store. I'm a witness against a guy, trial. He's got some felonies against me, and these two guys are in front of my store within inches of my front door, and I feel threatened. I feel scared. I feel intimidated by them. And one guy I've already pressed charges against before, and my customers, they won't even come in the door. A couple people tried to approach the door, and they left. I really need some help as a citizen of Canton.
Okay. All right. I'll send an officer down and check on it. Okay.
All right. Bye.
How is this real life? So they're not even in front of it. They're in front of C.F. McCarthy's. One guy's holding a sign that says, I love Canton. And listen to what he says.
A trial. He's got some felonies against me, and these two guys are in front of my store within inches of my front door, and I feel threatened. I feel scared. I feel intimidated by them. And one guy.
I feel threatened. I feel scared. I feel intimidated by them. I mean, why is the district attorney's office humoring this guy? I mean, why are they so afraid to tell these people to fuck off? Why are they so afraid to tell these people to just fuck off? You literally have a guy in front of your store holding a sign saying, I love Canton. And a grown ass man is telling the police that he's scared of him. Like, listen to this.
Store within inches of my front door, and I feel threatened. I feel scared. I feel intimidated by them. And one guy I've already pressed charges against before.
That's Rich Schiffer, yeah, and you pressed charges against him before for the rubber duckies, and it was dismissed on the first fucking day. You left that part out. This chicken parm, Charlie. Jesus Christ. I mean, what point do we stop allowing these people to weaponize this fucking ridiculous statute that they are just clearly weaponizing? I've never heard of such a thing. I love Canton. The sign says fucking I love Canton. I love Canton is scaring Chris Albert. What a fucking homo you are, Chris. You are that's no diss on gay people. Okay. Like gay people are like, bro, you're a fucking homo, bro. What is wrong with you? Like how gay can a man get? This is the gayest thing I've ever heard. This guy's calling. Like, I can't believe this shit. Does this guy have any pride in himself whatsoever? I mean, the answer is no. He's also telling me I'm going to bash your head up and down the fucking sidewalk. He's just such a turd. Like, who does this? And the police don't tell him to fuck off for some reason. They launch 6-month investigations into rubber duckies because he's a fucking witness in a trial that's over. Notice he doesn't say I'm a witness in the Kearney trial because that's old news. So he has to bring up, I'm a witness against Turtleboy. Right. All right. Next up. $10 from Courtney says, I think the fake victim wanted to give Tully some roadhead and maybe she wanted to check out his fridge game. Free fucking Turtleboy. Lots of love from British Columbia. Yeah. Right. Tully at least is smart enough not to do that, I would hope, but you never know. Glamasu sends $10 and goes, can you and Jimmy replicate the fridge action at the Wilbur, please? No, we will not be replicating any fridge. Get your mind out of the gutter there, Susie. It's a family show. Thank you. Rosaline sends $10 goes, she needs to realize that she is not a McAlbert. Just because she walked next to Gemma McCabe one time does not mean her lies will be supported by the Commonwealth. Everyone needs to know their level. She's not even a Julie Nagel. Once she realizes she's a lower level Lally, hopefully she'll stop. I mean, it's a fair point. And she's kind of, this is what she said the other day on the Twitch-Twat, on her glorious return to the Twitch-Twat. She says this. If you thought that ruling by Doolin was a decision to protect me or my phone extraction records, I have a bridge to sell you. No one was thinking about this person at all. The only reason it went the way it did is because the request to unimpound conflated my PO. She doesn't have a PO. My protective order. Oh, with PO on her phone. With another witness's protective order, the Queen's, Jennifer McCabe's. So she's saying here, if you think that Doolin was, so Doolin's decision to not unimpound all the messages, she's like, if you thought that decision was to protect me, you're wrong. The decision was actually done to protect Jennifer McCabe. So she's jealous of Jennifer McCabe. As she should be, because Jennifer McCabe is much more. Jennifer McCabe gets results when she messages the DA's office. The fake victim gets ignored. Because Jennifer McCabe was actually part of the Karen Reed story. The fake victim's not. She just wants to be. This was her chance to be famous. Thank you. Tommy Sucks and Leah Baker Swallows sends $10, goes, listen, Turtle. Any way you can institute an IQ requirement in chat to keep the dull cunts out. I have spent a lot of time defending you on Twitter, but hate having to argue here with low IQ turtle writers. I don't get involved in your spats in the comments section, so good luck with that. Sorry. Lee sends $10, goes, you didn't read my second chat Saturday. I was trying to say when the fake order was put on me by Tully and Lindsay, I sent a message on Turtleboy chat on 10/23, thinking she was still with Frankie. I immediately got an iMessage under a different name from her saying, stop stalking me. If I comment on her boyfriend's podcast again, she'll violate me. I said, who is this zoomed in? Not okay. Okay. All right. Thanks, Lee. Appreciate that. Rosaline sends $10, goes, she needs to realize, I already read that. Krista from the Winnipeg Turtleette sends $5, goes, Listen, Turtle, the other plow daddy. It's the other half of the Winnipeg Turtle Riders here. I can't wait for the Wilbur. We really hope we can at least get a pic with you and Auntie Deb. I'm sure you will. See you soon. Send me an email. We'll make it happen, Krista. Appreciate that. Specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove sends $10, goes, Turtle Dove, where's Lindsay? Definitely not on my docket. Calm down there. Specially appointed prosecutor Robert Cosgrove. I love when Will calls him that. Especially appointed. You're not going to call him that for long, I don't think. OG Daniel Baker sends $50. He goes, this is by no means confirmed. I heard there was a conversation about life insurance between the parents' dad and Hubert earlier in the evening. Then this happened. It's a very strange case. I personally would have never suspected he was a creep. He was my son's street hockey coach only 2 months prior. The kids on the street hockey team loved the guy. Also, would DNA stay on the underwear after being submerged in the sterile waters of Lake Quinsigamond? I don't know how that would work, but that's a good question, OG Daniel Baker. It's a good question. It's fair. Megan sends $5. Who I met today. I met Megan in court. She says, Fridge Daddy, I was the hot mess that met you in courthouse today and almost had an anxiety attack when I saw you. As a mother of 3 little girls, I think it's so important to shine light on this case, and I'm so glad you're reporting on. Thank you. Yeah, I met Megan in court today. She was like, Turtleboy? And she's like, I'm going to the Wilbur and I'm in sex cults and this and that. I'm like, nice to meet you. She was like, she was just like, I'm like, hey, it's all good. It's all good. Nice to meet you too. You know, so it's funny. People have this reaction to meeting me now. I'm just a regular guy, you know, just a regular guy. So thank you. Got a couple cash apps here. We got Chad. Chad always sends a turtle chat for a random amount. Tonight it's $5, and he always has a random message. And his message tonight is nut rags. Just nut rags. Chad sends the funniest cash apps. Okay, nut rags. He just says, okay, thanks, Chad. Diane sends $50 and says, hang in there. Annie Ruler. Who's Annie? Thank you. Appreciate that. Nancy sends $25 and says, please explain Fartbox. Oh, that's another crazy story. But I guess you paid, so I got to say who Fartbox is. So I never really publicized as much. So there was this other crazy chick in my life by the name of Kara Horn, Horne. I think she's from Scituate. And she messaged me a couple of years ago out of the blue. And it's like, oh, sex cult. I want to be in the sex cult, she said. And I'm like, who? It was a fake account. The account was called Rebecca Fishcomb. That was the name. And I'm like, oh, yeah? I thought it was being catfish or something. I'm like, let's see a picture. So she sends me a picture of her tits. And I'm like, okay, not bad. And, then I'm like, well, who are you? I don't know who you are. And so she identifies herself. And I see her page and I'm like, yeah, that'll do. Okay. And end up, I'm like, she was actually in sex cult, like a real sex cult. And I didn't even know her last name. I didn't even know who she was. I'm like, I hooked up with her in the back of my car a couple times. I never stayed and no sleepovers, nothing. It was like 6 times. Okay. And so she was nothing. We literally called. I would just text her and I'd be like, sex cult tonight? ? Oh yeah. Yep. Never turned me down. And it was like, I didn't have to do anything with it. Like, and talk about no meals of food. Like there was nothing, no drinks, nothing. Sober every time. And so it was literally the most casual fucking thing ever. Well, until fake victim comes around. And then one day she found out about fake victim. And she got very upset about this because it meant sex cult was over, which apparently she thought was a real thing. And because then she goes into Twisted Tragedies chat one night and starts saying, I'm going to expose Turtleboy for being a liar about, or like a womanizer and cheating and this and that. And the fake victim sees those comments in the chat and she loses it on me. She's like, are you fucking hardtail? Whoa. I fucked her last month. No. I'm like, why am I even explaining this? No, I'm like, she's like, and then so she messages Fartbox, Kara Horn, and they start having a conversation and they're comparing notes. And then Fartbox tells fake victim that she's in love with me. She's like, I'm in love with him. She goes, we're in love, I think she said. And she screenshots it and sends it to me. Fake victim does. She's like, see? Oh, so you're telling you love her and this or that? I'm like, bro, I don't even know her last name. Like, we call it sex cult. It was in the back of a fucking car. It was literally the most unserious thing ever. The most casual thing ever. And she's telling fake victim she's in love with me. And I'm like, whoa, what is happening? I'm like trying to put out so I'm messaging Fartbox. I'm like, why the fuck are you telling her that you're in love with me? You've never said that to me. You've never said you love me. I've never said I loved you. I never said I liked you. The whole fucking sex cult, you call it. And like, the only time I went on a date with her, we went to Sweaty Betty's, Hurricane Betty's. I went to Hurricane Betty's with her. We watched nasty crack whores dance on the stage. That was it. And then duked it out in the parking lot afterwards. So anyway, we'll call her Fartbox because she's gotten a fucking arrest. We pulled up this arrest report from her drunk driving arrest. And she gets the funniest arrest report I've ever read. It was at, I don't know what police department it was. I think it was in New Hampshire or something. She gets pulled over and just caused the scene while she was being arrested and then just bent over in front of the cops and intentionally farted right in their fucking face. And so that's why we call her Fartbox. But she like fucking caused so many problems for me with the fake victim. That's where Baby Clay came from, actually, because I've put this timeline together so many times. That happened like early November. And then Fartbox starts messaging her and they're going at it. And then she creates the Jane account because she thinks I'm cheating on her, even though we're not even a thing together. And she thinks I'm cheating on her. And so she creates the Jane account to shit on me. And then that was on November 5th. She created the Jane account. And then November 9th is when Baby Clay was created. So I'm like doing all the math. I really think it was Fartbox. I really think like Fartbox fucking got her all fired up about shit. Got her all fired. And then I'm in jail and she's like, she messages me on the Securus app. Fartbox does when I'm in jail. And is like, I told you couldn't trust her. I'm so sorry that this happened, Aidan. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry she did this to you. And then she says like, oh, I hope we can do SC, which is sex cult. Like when I get out and and then she shows up at my fucking hearing when I'm in jail on January 25th and has front row seats to that. And then when I'm brought out at the paddy wagon, that video where everybody's cheering for me when I brought it to the paddy wagon, she's standing there like I'm the fucking Beatles in the front row there. It's fucking Fartbox is like, oh, see me, blah, blah, blah. And then Meredith was there that day. And I think she saw the way that I looked at Meredith and she lost her mind because she starts going off. I find out on Facebook later that day, oh, he's a fucking asshole, blah, blah, blah. We had to block her from the Facebook page. I'm like, oh, you got to block Fartbox. She's out of control. She's out of control again. She's the craziest one. You guys don't even know about Fartbox. She's the craziest of all of them. Crazier than fake. They're all nuts. They're all fucking nuts. But yeah, Fartbox is like the queen of it. So anyways, that's the Fartbox story. Okay. Any more messages here? This has been a X-rated fucking YouTube presentation if I've ever seen one. But a funny one nonetheless. Last one here from Colleen, sends $13 and goes, remember, you're a crusader, not a mercenary. See you Friday. Yeah, because a mercenary gets paid, right? Is that why the difference? Yeah, I'm doing this because I believe in it. Exactly. Anyway, did you ever find out who is sending you dick pic? No, I didn't. I have not. I have not found that out. So anyway, they're all fucking crazy. Fucking go down. I mean, how many bitches? How many? I can't even keep track. Anyway, I'm going to bed. I got a big day tomorrow. Going to the Wilbur tomorrow. Maybe I'll go to this trial. We'll see for a little bit. I don't know. But we will talk to you guys all for the next episode of Turtleboy Live Saturday night. It'll be after the Wilbur. We'll see Sax Call people Thursday. Remember, we're going to have one more giveaway tomorrow for the VIP seats. And then it's going to be Wilbur time. All right. Peace, Turtle Riders. And brush your teeth.
It calls for data inclusion.